Alex Garland picks a side, what to stream at home this week, and the gang close out Spaghetti Western April in the tastiest way.
Oh, it's time for class.
Class is in session!
Roll call! Bueller.
I'm gonna be late for class.
Bueller.
Am I hallucinating here? Just what in the hell do you think you're doing?
I'm late for class.
You are mine now. You belong to me.
Did you study for the test?
No more complaining. No more Mr. Kimble to go to the bathroom. Nothing. There is no bathroom.
Hello, classmates, and welcome to another episode of Middle Class Film Class Gab and Chatter Edition. I'm your host for today, Joseph.
I'm Peter.
I'm Tyler.
And we have a great show for you today. Welcome everyone on YouTube Live, and of course, our OG audio only classmates in podcast land.
Yeah.
Welcome to a Saturday night stream.
Yeah. It's a fun time usually when we stream at night.
Yeah, we're in the eve of Saturday.
Why?
Why?
What happened?
Plans get in the way.
Yeah.
Work gets in the way sometimes.
I like the night streams, to be honest. I wish we streamed that night every night, but it would mean that we forever are committing to losing our Saturday nights.
Yes.
Prime time debauchery time.
Yeah, getting up to no good time.
Yeah.
Saturday night.
You guys are getting up to no good on Saturday nights.
I mean, in theory.
The potential is there.
Yeah. I want to be able to be a ne'er-do-well, a miscreant, a gutter snipe.
It's my God-given right.
A street urchin.
God-given right.
Saturday night is my God-given right. That's what they say.
That's right. It rhymes, so it must be true.
I mean, I like the idea of doing Saturday night streams because it kind of reminds me of I always had this fantasy, we all live in the same neighborhood and we all ride bikes together. And then on Saturday night, we just come back to Pete's house and record
chill.
an episode.
I mean, we could do that. You just got to come over more than 12 seconds before we're supposed to roll. Just come over in the morning. We'll ride around.
Bring the bike.
Yeah.
Your newly working bike.
Bring the bike over.
I don't even have a bike.
I got an extra scooter for you.
Yeah.
We got the electric scooters. We can scoot around town.
Well, I mean, according to Elton John, Saturday night's all right for fighting.
Is that what the lyric is?
I think so.
What was that old 80s MTV show, Saturday Night Flight? Is that what it's called?
I don't know if the MTV existed in the 80s. Did it?
It did.
Yes,
1982.
82?
It
Yeah.
was Saturday Night Flight.
You know what the first music video was?
Video killed the radio
Video
star.
killed the radio
Yes.
star. Yep.
By who?
By who? I don't know. I
I
can't
couldn't
remember.
tell you the name of the band.
I did a whole decades project in high school on the
I
early
thought it was
80s.
David Bowie.
It was definitely not David Bowie.
Oh, it wasn't? It just shows
It's probably a
how much-
one hit wonder or something.
It was a guy who looked like John Malkovich from Hitchhikers.
Yeah. It was Saturday Night Flight or Fright or
The
something.
Bugles.
The Bugles?
The Bugles.
I love Bugles.
1980
I
was
do
when-
love Bugles. Do they?
Buggles?
Buggles?
Buggles or
Oh,
Bugles?
it's Buggles. Yeah, it is
Buggles.
Buggles. The Buggles with two G's.
Bruce is saying Buggles.
Oh, hi, Bruce.
We got Bruce in the chat.
Bruce would know. What
got
is it?
Bruce
What
and Michael.
It's the Buggles.
He just said that, the Buggles.
No, but was it Saturday Night Fright? Saturday Night Flight? No.
What was the premise of the show?
It was they played alternative music. God dang it. What was it? Night Fright? No, it wasn't Night Fright.
Let's spend the
Fright
whole
Night?
rest of the episode figuring it out.
I don't know.
But yeah, how was your Saturdays? The rest of the day? Because usually, we have the morning to rush whatever we're doing.
I didn't do fucking shit today, and it felt great.
Do fucking shit.
Yeah, I watched a couple movies. I watched Mean Girls,
Oh, nice.
which is a great thing.
Yeah.
I listened to Return to Innocence by Enigma.
Okay.
We were talking about, we watched Mean Girls, and then there was a song with somebody that was going and Brianna said, isn't it weird when songs only have somebody moaning in it? And then I brought up the Moby song.
Is that the song?
Has she not listened to the Smiths?
And then I said, well, what about that one that's just the Native American guy chanting the entire time from the 80s and 90s? And it was a Pure Moods CD, compilation CD that had Return to Innocence from Enigma.
Oh, Return to Innocence.
Yeah, that one. And then on that CD, and that's the whole reason I brought it up, Ennio Morricone has a song on that CD.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Go figure.
So basically, the songs were just like. Yeah.
More or less, yeah.
What about you, Tyler? What'd you do?
I pretty much did nothing.
Prep for the show.
It's always a melancholic mood after the day of my birth. So like,
That's right.
Kind of.
Oh yeah, happy late birthday.
Thank you.
Yesterday, yeah.
That was-
Yes, it was yesterday, April
It's not
25th.
too hot, not too cold.
Yeah,
All you
William.
need is a light jacket.
Yeah, William Shatner said it best, and it was actually a great day for the weather on my day of birth. And yeah, so it's always melancholic. And
Why is it melancholic though?
Well, because it's like
It's just time to celebrate. You
not,
made it another year.
yeah, I don't know if that's a celebratory sort of event.
You haven't been
but-
claimed by scabies or quicksand or lightning strike or anything like that.
Yeah, no scabies
Or the
no
police.
lightning strike, no police.
No suicide by police officer.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that is something to celebrate.
Yeah, there we go.
But yeah, I didn't really do anything. I ate some cold pizza, played some Call of Duty, watched a movie, watched 2 movies, and then took a nap.
That's what happens when you're an adult. Congratulations, you've arrived. Your birthdays are now a non-event.
Yeah, yeah,
Right,
very much.
33.
Yeah.
33?
Yeah, 33.
Wow.
Yeah, great.
33. Old.
It's
Old fucker.
it's literally like the most uninteresting age ever. Like someone's gonna look at me like, "How old are you?" 33. Nah, kid.
Hey, you did Visible by 11. That's saying something.
You're 1/3.
Yeah.
What about you, Joseph? What did you do
Yeah,
on
what'd you
your
do?
Saturday?
Oh, you had to work, huh?
I had to work for a couple hours in the middle of the day.
Fun.
It was. I mean, I had to shoot an event at my work, and it was cool. It was like a Vegas themed like tattoo pop up in a market, and there was live music as well.
It's beer week in Sacramento.
Yes,
is?
It's Sacramento Beer Week.
Yeah.
Yes,
And Joseph works in beer.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
yeah, it is very much a thing.
All right.
Yeah, it was cool. I got myself a tattoo.
Oh, you did?
I was about to ask you, did you get a tattoo?
Yeah.
What did you get?
It's a knife, like a switchblade,
Hell yeah. We're Switchblade brothers now because I got one too.
stabbing 2 dice.
Stabbing 2 days.
Yeah.
Nice.
It would be great if it was like a pictogram of Tyler. It looked like that leprechaun from that meme video.
Wait a minute. What?
Everybody see the leprechaun say yeah,
Yeah.
but it's Tyler.
But yeah, so I got that
Cool.
and then filmed the event, and it was cool. It was fun.
Nice. And then you made some spaghetti.
And then I went home. I got the ingredients for spaghetti.
Yep.
For some sketty, and did that while watching the movie at the same time. So it was
Yeah.
there was a nationwide Xfinity outage, I guess.
Something. Yeah. At least
Yeah, I
all of
heard.
Greater Sacramento.
Yeah, I heard.
And so I couldn't watch it on my TV, so I watched it on my phone, which worked out because the way my kitchen's set up, I can't see the TV. So I just had it on my phone, put on my AirPods, and just leaned it up against the, on the counter,
AirPods, la la la.
Yeah.
and then just was making that spaghetti.
Furious.
Yeah,
So
furiously boiling those noodles.
Yeah.
Nice.
But other than that, that's it. Let's
Yeah.
get into some gab chatter.
Find some charity, ye lad. Now's the time for gab and chatter.
Gab and chatter movie news. No news
yes. No news.
this week, and I bet you're wondering why I was making spaghetti
Yeah.
in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Before this thought leaves me, it's called Night Flight. That's what it was.
Night Flight. All right. That was on USA Network.
According to Bruce.
According to Bruce.
Oh, damn.
And I take what Bruce says with 100% absolute truth all the time.
He's a historian,
Yes.
and older than all of us. So he was there.
He was there.
He was there. He was there, conscious for it.
10,000 years ago.
I saw it.
So yeah, spaghetti. I was making spaghetti in my kitchen for one specific reason, and we're closing out Spaghetti Western April.
Yeah.
With our own dishes, homemade dishes of spaghetti.
That's right.
And right now we're gonna go in a circle, starting with Pete's.
No, it's gonna be you first.
Oh, me first. Sorry.
I'm gonna
Starting
go
with
corner.
me first. Our spaghetti dish, a little show and tell for you. So let me go cut to Pete Cam, Spaghetti Cam. We got here obviously spaghetti noodles with an arrabbiata sauce and some Italian sausage from Impossible. I made this. Deanna did not make this. I made it myself because
I like how you have to.
Proud of you.
because she wasn't home.
So it's gonna. Joseph's gonna. And
yeah.
by the way, this is a vegan dish.
Yes,
Joseph.
I mean, it's just it's just spaghetti with red sauce.
That sausage is not quite actually sausage. What is it?
It's Italian sausage
From Impossible.
from, like I said,
So
from
like
Impossible.
soy or something.
Soy based.
Yeah.
Correct.
All right, so let's get a.
I've
good,
had it before.
Let's
It's
get
good.
a good bite of
It
this.
is very delicious. The Italian style. Let me get to this. Let me get a little bit of this. It's gonna be a little bit of a mess here. So
That's okay.
a little ASMR spaghetti for you folks.
Gummo style.
Oh God.
You can take the mic out of your mouth.
I'll take the mic out of my mouth.
Push that away. Push that away.
You get this. You get
yeah,
this.
yeah, I got you. Very good. Very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
We're paying homage to Gummo here
Yeah.
and Killing of a Sacred Deer
Mm.
and Relaxer actually also.
Very delicious. The sauce is from a jar, not homemade, but very good.
Yeah,
I'm
looks good.
Proud of myself.
Yeah, how long did that take you about?
Probably longer than it should have. Honestly,
You went producer justice style. Took 4 hours.
one
to
at
make.
a time.
Yeah, one thing at a time.
One noodle at a time.
One noodle at a time.
All right, cool.
Boiling the pasta takes the longest.
Yeah.
So that's mine. I don't know. I don't have a name for it.
It's just
The
spaghetti.
Joseph special.
Yeah. The spaghetti. And why are we doing this? Why are we doing spaghetti?
I already mentioned that.
Oh, okay.
To close out Spaghetti Western April.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yep.
All right, Pete.
Yes.
What do you have? We're gonna switch to his spaghetti cam. He's gonna pull it over. Let me get the.
Here we go. Yes. So here's my spaghetti. I'm gonna put it in the light so we can get a good look at it. Go a little wider. There we go. Yes, this is my spaghetti I made at home. Hold on, let me get. I got a
Homemade
little
noodle.
cheese here. Give me
Oh
a-
my God,
Give me a little cheese. Give me a little cheese. Here we go.
He's got this specialty grater going on.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's a crank.
Just tell me when to stop.
It's like the
It
slap
doesn't
chop
stop.
of grating cheese.
All right.
What's that guy's name?
Yeah, I don't know.
Vincent.
Vince from Slap Chop.
Yeah, Vince. Yeah.
All right. Get a good old.
We are going.
Come on.
Insane with this camera angle. Okay.
Get in there.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this is really good.
Wait. Well, walk us through what you got going on in this. Spaghetti.
So I got. Hold on. I got to swallow. So what I do is I cook down the onions, chop the onions real fine, cook down the onions. I have also bell peppers in there.
Nice.
And I cook those down, and then I chop up some brown mushrooms or bella mushrooms.
God damn.
Cut those in there, and I basically simmer it all down in a butter and oil. And then I put and usually I just use ground beef, but for today, I was already planning on cooking a tri-tip, so I hit it with the sous vide. It's a 6-hour tri-tip sous vide dry rub. Yeah, you can see the chunks of meat in there. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
God damn.
The meat was already pre-cooked. Then I crisp it up a little bit more with all the veggies and whatnot, making myself basically like a medley. Then I put the jar sauce in it with the hot peppers, a little bit of hot peppers. Make the sauce basically inject into all the vegetables and the meat and whatnot.
It's like Terry Gilliam.
That's right. Then, hold on a second. This is a what's it called? Iguana cam.
Oh yeah.
So,
All right.
and I gotta say, this is a fantastic dish.
We got the dish. We got the gist of it.
And it's gluten-free pasta because everything in our house is gluten-free because of Brianna.
And no garlic.
No garlic. That's the one thing I left out is gluten and garlic.
Cool.
The epitome of flavor.
Ah, yes.
Gluten.
Very good.
And anything else?
I put a little bit of starchy water in it, in the sauce.
Oh yeah, the pasta
And
water.
I let the
pasta
sauce and
water.
all the toppings simmer for about 45 minutes to get all the flavors together.
Yeah.
And then I top it with more of the medley that's not been simmered forever. And then I put all the noodles in the sauce. So
Nice.
it's all kind of together in one.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very cool.
All right, and last but not least, Tyler Noe, birthday
Yes.
boy. Yeah, I
Yeah.
got this. Oh, you want to do it? Yeah. Okay. What do we have? What did you what did you come up with? What did you conjure up? Would you
Well, I didn't conjure up with anything, but I
somewhat of a chef yourself?
I'm not really a chef, but I went to Chef Boyardee. This is beef. This is beef ravioli. This is not spaghetti per se. I panic bought this at the gas station. So we're gonna crack this open here.
Like a soda.
Yeah. And then
I didn't realize they were called ravioli westerns.
Yeah, put it on the light over here.
yeah. And so I
Chug.
oh should oh that's very tasty. Yeah. So I mean I can try to I'm not gonna even try to make them a spaghetti, but
oh boy, let's slurp it up.
How was it, Tyler?
Oh my god.
yeah, it tastes like
It's not warm.
it tastes like poverty. Yeah, you know what? I think I got the best attitude of spaghetti westerns because the our heroes in the spaghetti westerns, they're living off of this kind of stuff. So
Low budget film.
Raviolis.
yeah, so I think I got it.
Canned ravioli.
Yeah, so
Oh my god. Oh man.
really great stuff. It's
okay.
Really great stuff.
Dynamite stuff.
Oh, we lost the Italian audio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was the end of the presenting spaghetti. Now we're gonna eat it throughout the show, so you're gonna hear us.
Yeah.
I can't not eat this. It's so good.
That's what good pussy sounds like.
Oh my god.
The first time in a film podcast show eating.
You hear that slop? You hear that? I wonder how many listeners are tuning out. I don't know.
I know you kids like it extra sloppy.
I mean, I gotta say though, like I'm not kidding. Like you see, like these protagonists that are living in squalor and eating out of cans. So,
I guess they're probably. I don't even know if I can recall any of the movies that we watched this week where anybody's eating at all.
True.
They're all just drinking.
Yeah. Yeah. They're either drinking water out of survival or they're drinking their whiskey.
What are we gonna do for pre-code films? What meal are we gonna eat?
What's the?
Oh wait, we're
gonna eat something. What are we gonna have?
We're gonna have a meal every end of the month.
I mean, why not?
What are we gonna have for the horror with no does?
That's good.
Bloody,
I don't know.
Bloody Marys.
Bloody Marys.
No.
You're drinking fucking ravioli juice. A Bloody Mary is already tomato juice.
That's right.
Just add a celery and some vodka in it.
Michael says at least they set the can on a fire and warm it up, Tyler.
Okay, he got me there.
You got me there.
They even do it in a Goofy movie in the car.
joking.
He got me there.
I like that we made one like offhanded line about having spaghetti on the final show, and
Here we are.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Here we are. We're eating our dinner live on show. MCFC mukbang.
Yum.
Mukbang class, film class.
Man, this is good.
Let's just the rest of the show is just let's just finish and then we'll continue the show.
One more bite, and then I'm done, and then we can start talking.
Okay. Well,
I'm not stopping.
I mean, can I start off with my streaming pick since I only have one?
Well, hold on. Well, there's no news stories like we said.
Yeah.
This was the news. Spaghetti. We all made spaghetti. Well, two of us made spaghetti. One of us found ravioli
Yeah.
Just in the corner.
in the corner on the ground somewhere. Stole it from a homeless person.
He bartered it.
I did not steal it from a homeless person.
Hey, that's mine.
We fought over like, with forks.
I need it for my show.
Let go of the bread, you old bag.
Little context, though. Joseph did remind us. He did very nice. Thank you, Joseph.
You're welcome.
Played the producer role for a second. Was like, guys, remember, we got the spaghetti. Get your spaghetti. 12 o'clock. Message went out. Call time was 6:30 tonight. 6.5 hours that Tyler had to prepare for this.
All right, we don't need to.
And we got raviolis in a can.
He pulled out a can of Chef Boyardee from his hoodie. Like he always keeps that thing on him.
Yeah. I wanted to say before we actually get into streaming picks, the thought process on what spaghetti western April has been. You know, we started the new format of the show. We weren't sure if it was going to be a good thing or a bad thing or whatever. And maybe the people listening to us eat spaghetti think it's a bad thing right now. But I particularly think that I like the format because I feel like I'm actually learning something about a genre of movie that I don't particularly know about. And I know a little bit about like car chase scenes.
Yeah.
Just because I kind of
like
gravitate
cars.
towards car movies and cars in general. But during the course of when we get to the car chase scene month, it's going to be fun to like look at historical car chase scenes and look at ones that are maybe not quite the most popular ones like Bullet or Ronin or whatever.
Yeah.
And look at some of the lesser known ones and then think to myself, wonder what Tyler's going to pick. What kind of car chases Tyler going to pick for us? And then it turns out it's like, you know, a three-wheeled go ped or something like that from a Taiwanese movie or something like that. Like Ong Bak, they have a little tricycle cart chase scene. But throughout the month, it forced me to watch spaghetti westerns, American westerns, stuff that I never would have seeked out. And I know it's not like we're authorities on the subject now, but I know I have a more broad understanding of what it means, what the concept is, and really now I think there is so much that has evolved from those days till now. And even before the spaghetti westerns, what made them, like the counterculture movement of the spaghetti western came from this standard morality tale of the black hat, white hat sort of cowboy stories.
Yeah.
You know, the 20s up until the 40s and 50s. But even looking at Clint Eastwood, he did Pale Rider. Haven't seen that one yet. It's next on my list. Still want to watch it. And it's a different type of character than he played in the Ennio Morricone, in the Sergio Leone movies. And he only did 3. He did just the 3 of the trilogy. He never did any more spaghetti westerns. It was just that.
Yeah.
And like Clint himself turned that stereotype, that genre stereotype from his character from the spaghetti westerns on its head up until like Unforgiven. And that shaped the movies that he ended up making like himself later on in his career too, like Gran Torino and shit like that. So
well, when you're just around a director, like I guess like Sergio Leone, as an up-and-coming actor, I mean, that kind of like you get inspiration and ideas from how this foreign director from a different country directs his films, and then you sort of apply that method to your future directorial projects.
Yeah, I'm sure people probably constantly were trying to put Clint into a box too. Like you were this guy, you're always going to be this guy. And I know that happened with Sergio Leone too, which is basically birthed Once Upon a Time in the West, which is our review movie this week. So
yeah,
I had a really good time watching the spaghetti westerns is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and it doesn't stop there. There's way more movies out there that are not just like the big hitters that we kind of watched, other than Hudson River Massacre. But
I mean, I gotta say, I think this kind of cemented my sort of opinion on westerns. While the good westerns are really good, I have a hard time getting behind the how do I say it? Not glorification, but like this sort of like American idealism attitude towards westerns, where like it's supposed to be like badass, and
glorification or idealization.
Yeah, and what I will say about spaghetti westerns is, like you were saying, that like it flipped the American western films on their head, in it being a little bit more like storytelling rather than these are good old boys who are coming, like black hat, white hat sort of thing. Yeah.
I mean, that's the reality of most actual human non-movie people, like real humans, not characters, is that you like to think of yourself as a good guy. Jesus Christ. We all like to think of ourselves like good guys. But I'm sure that in somebody's story, we're the bad guy. We're painted as a bad guy and painted into a corner or a bad scenario. Yeah. You may do things that you wouldn't think are possible. Yeah. So, none of these are warm, fuzzy tales. And the people that are considered heroes in them are also not straight ahead, black and white hero villain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. They're not like, this guy is a good guy. No question.
Yeah.
No, he's kind of abusive and manipulative, conniving,
misogynistic,
something like that.
Almost raped the main lead female.
Yeah,
yeah.
Stop just shy of that. I'm like, Bronson, what are you doing?
Bronson,
Charles Bronson.
Yeah, harmonica, easy there.
I kind of was I was kind of wrestling with the thought of like the term spaghetti western, because the term spaghetti western is referring to
Italian production,
right?
Spaghetti.
Yeah. Is that racist?
No. It's referencing a race. And it's referencing a nationality, but it's not racist.
But
Italians
are
are
food though.
Italians.
Yeah, food is racist.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's just like, oh, Italian spaghetti. Like
Italians,
I don't know.
Italians are white people.
Okay, well,
you can't be racist against white people.
You can be prejudiced. Yes,
you can't be racist.
You can't be racist.
I just felt like, and this is just like a very minor like thought. I was thinking that like, I wonder if like if Italian person like thought of like a spaghetti western. Oh, what? Because I'm Italian?
They would be proud that you were talking
because I'm
about
Italian.
That. Well, also in the '60s, the people's understandings about different cultures was not the same as today.
Right.
Like they would have somebody kind of immigrate to the country and from Vietnam, and they would assume that they were from China or something, or oh yeah, they probably all eat with chopsticks, or they all probably talk the same or whatever. It's like very isolated.
Yeah.
Before the world of globalization and the internet and multiple different cultures were easily exposed to everybody all the time.
I mean, there's certainly a level of ignorance. There can be a level of ignorance. Like, oh, you're Italian, you must love spaghetti. Like
that was my line. That was my line.
But then when if they put the shoe on the other foot and be like, oh, you're Mexican, you must love tacos and enchiladas. It's like, fuck yeah,
yeah.
I love them too. Just because it's specifically calling out a traditional dish from that culture doesn't mean it's bad or racist.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think like it was like originally characterized as, but like I was just thinking
in 50 years we'll all be canceled for what we're saying right now.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Italians and Spanish people, they're just they're European. They're just white European people.
What I will say though is Italians make the best westerns.
What about modern westerns?
The racists will challenge you on that.
John Wayne was a goddamn hero. He worked for the Confederacy. How dare you? Yeah.
I guess like for like old westerns, like I've found myself gravitating towards spaghetti westerns rather than like.
Is it just because we've been watching them in April?
Well, no, I mean, like, even, like, before, like, we even decided to watch, like, the spaghetti Western April sort of thing, when I would watch Westerns that were, like, older, I remember, there was a John Wayne Western movie that I watched. I can't remember the name of it for the life of me, but I remember not enjoying it, like, at all, because it felt like that sort of thing where you show a film like that you beloved from your past to someone who's never seen it, and then they're just like sitting there watching like, this sucks.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people find westerns boring, like just in general. When they hear the word western, they're like, oh, that sounds boring. It's like country music.
Yeah,
like they just lump all country music into one thing.
Yeah, i.e. Once Upon a Time in the West.
We got a couple new people in the chat. One is Derek, who I know in real life. He's a pal.
Derek,
Derek,
what's a buddy and a pal.
What's up, Derek? And then other one is a Jaws 8475. Do not recognize the person, icon, or the name, but welcome. Really, really cool. Thanks for showing up to the stream. Yeah. And Jaws says John Ford would beg to differ that the Italians make the best Westerns. I asked him for his recommendation for the best, and he said The Searchers. That was my streaming pick 3 weeks ago when I was looking for different spaghetti Westerns to cover on the show. Realized it was not Italian. It was an American Western. And it was very good. It was very good. And in retrospect, I was maybe a little harsh on it back then because it was not what I was expecting. John Wayne is played a little bit more ambiguous as an anti-hero.
Okay.
Less of a piece of shit.
Yeah.
As a, retrospective, hindsight 2020 piece of shit sort of a thing. But yeah, that was a very good movie. I'm looking for some more. I want some more. More classic Americans.
Just watch more John Ford movies, I guess.
I don't know. It feels like it's such a commitment. I want a recommendation from someone who says you're gonna like this. And I've already seen The Search. Everybody says The Searches. It seems to be like the big one.
Everybody says The Searches. You gotta watch The
Everyone's
Searches.
the Searches.
And I did.
It's all about the Searches.
I guess I have to watch The Searches now.
Yeah. Anything you want to do stream picks or what?
Let's get into some stream picks.
Okay.
Movies.
Want to watch a movie?
Yes, I do.
Disney Plus. Oh, HBO Max.
If I don't get the pick, show's over.
I have grown accustomed to Hulu Plus.
Amazon Prime.
I like Netflix.
You found the pick.
Stream picks. Pete.
That's it.
Movies that we watch on our streaming services that you can watch or not watch too.
There we go. We got new people listening.
Pete.
While I finish cleaning up.
While you what?
Finish cleaning up my mouth from eating that spaghetti.
Cleaning up your mouth?
I'm gonna play a little music while I get this ready. Okay.
Here comes the cease and desist in the mail.
That's right. Ha! All right. So, I watched a couple of new movies and I watched a couple of classics. So I'm just gonna kind of go down the line, or first one of the week to the next one, or the newest one. My Name is Nobody, spaghetti western that I've heard is pretty good. I don't know if it's actually a spaghetti western or not. It's directed by Tonino Valeri, and original title Il mio nome è nessuno. So I'm assuming it is Italian.
Sounds Italian.
Yeah, it's a little bit later. This is 1973, and but it's a comedy. That's why I watched it, because I was told, oh yeah, this is one of the
Oh yeah, in the 70s, that's when they started getting comedic.
later in the run.
More like haha funny.
And it's Terrence Hill and Henry Fonda as the main leads. Henry Fonda also in Once Upon a Time in the West. I really hated this, like, so much. I didn't even finish this movie.
Oh no.
Really?
Yeah,
It wasn't funny?
No, it was not funny. I was
What kind of comedy?
one that's not funny.
But like, is it like towards like a Blazing Saddles type of funny, or is it more like...
No, it's more like I don't know, like Rush Hour or something, like Shanghai, like
Shanghai Nights?
trying to be Shanghai Nights, trying to be like
Okay.
Shanghai Noon?
high energy and clever more than anything.
Yeah.
But I mean, it did have more of a serious tone with some goofy, I think, characters. I don't know. It didn't land on me at all. The pacing was really bad. And you know how Sergio Leone movies tend to have long breathing scenes.
Yes.
You're just breathing in the scenery and letting the characters kind of absorb into you. You get to feel exactly who they are and look into their soul in a way.
Yeah.
It felt like this was trying to do that on some really uninteresting things and lingering shots on things that I didn't care about whatsoever once I kind of figured out what they were. So yeah, I would say no, don't watch it.
Okay.
Got it.
Synopsis says Jack Beauregard, an aging gunman of the Old West who wants to retire in peace and move to Europe, but a young gunfighter known as Nobody, who idolizes Beauregard, wants him to go out in a blaze of glory. So he arranges for Jack to face a 150-man gang known as the Wild Bunch and earn his place in history.
Wild
50 man.
I thought it was an interesting concept. I got like 30 minutes into this
Really?
90-minute movie and bailed.
Wow.
I'm like, I haven't enjoyed myself for 30 minutes. I haven't laughed one time in 30 minutes. It was not good. So yeah, so that's My Name is Nobody. If you take my sensibilities to heart, don't watch it. Next up, I watched a classic that I've seen a million times, so I'm just going to very briefly mention it. Tombstone, streaming on Amazon Prime, Hulu, FX Now, and Fubo. And I think we all know what Tombstone is.
Yeah.
Directed by George P. Cosmatos.
Cosmatos.
Panos Cosmatos' father from Color Out of Space fame.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Richard Stanley directed Color Out of Space, first of all.
I'm sorry, Mandy. Mandy, my bad. I got those mixed up. Mandy.
They both have Nicolas Cage.
Correct.
Both. Yeah.
You are correct.
Wait, they actually his father? Wow.
Yeah, Panos Cosmatos.
Wow.
George P. Cosmatos. So Val Kilmer, Kurt Russell, Sam Elliott, Bill Paxton, Powers Booth, Michael Bain, Charlton Heston. Wait, no. Charlton Heston's on this. He says he's in it, but I don't remember him. Jason Priestley, John Tenney, Stephen Lang. There are so many people in this that you would recognize, and you think like Stephen Lang is in this. Oh yeah. Oh, he's one of the dirty lackeys. He looks like an old grimy ass piece of shit.
Looks like a real son of a bitch.
Yeah. Great dialogue in this more than anything, I think, and a great vibe piece, but definitely more polished and a little bit more Hollywood than I remember it as a kid. So it's 1993's Tombstone.
Yeah, I mean, I watched that for the first time last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that scene with Kurt Russell when he has that guy by the shirt and he's pulling him out in the street and he's getting surrounded was a really great scene.
Yeah, there's some really fantastic tension. Billy Bob Thornton getting the shit slapped out of him by as the dealer was really fun. I like that whole bit.
I really liked how sweaty Val Kilmer looked throughout the whole movie.
His dialogue is so good.
I'll be your Huckleberry.
So he doesn't actually say Huckleberry.
What?
He says Hucklebearer.
Oh.
And a Hucklebearer, a huckle is the handle on a casket. Because he's saying, hey, the Michael Baine's character, the gunfighter, saying, I don't want to fight you. And Wyatt Earp says, I'll be a Hucklebearer.
Doc Holliday.
Like Doc Holliday, sorry. He's like, I'll basically carry your casket.
Did you mean Earl Europe?
Yeah, Earl Europe. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's right.
That's a callback.
Yeah. So yeah, his dialogue is really, really good.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, you look like you're about to die longer. I feel dandy. I feel just dandy.
And Val Kilmer has famously gone on record saying that he fought for that role. Like he really, really wanted.
He actually got TB for it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk about Tombstone anymore. I got more movies to talk about. So next one, another classic Western that was a little bit more in the modern era that I heard was way underrated and people don't talk about enough. Young Guns, 1988. This has another fantastic cast.
That's modern?
I mean, it's more modern than the 1960s.
What year? 98?
88.
88.
Yeah. So it's a weird sort of like era for cowboy movies. And
80s,
the vibe of this is super strange. Here's the cast: Emilio Estevez, Kiefer Sutherland, Lou Diamond Phillips, Charlie Sheen, Dermot Mulroney, and Terrence Stamp. Also Jack Palance and Terry O'Quinn.
Got the Sheens in there.
Yeah, a couple of bros in there. And a group of 6 young gunmen led by Billy the Kid, who's Emilio Estevez, become deputies to avenge the murder of the rancher who became their benefactor. But when Billy takes their authority too far, they become the hunted. So they're all basically living on a ranch. This rich guy has a ranch, and they're his bodyguards, essentially, for his ranch.
Living on a ranch.
And they get a place to stay for free, and they just have to guard the ranch, basically.
Right.
And he also teaches them how to read and like be educated and also be like reasonable young men.
Teaches them how to read.
This is the Wild West, Tyler, remember.
Teaches them how to read. Who needs to read anymore?
I know, for real. And so he's an educated kind of British guy. Terrence Stamp plays him. And then when Jack Palance is a character, he's like the rival businessman in town, basically has him killed. They get deputized by the local sheriff, and they say, we're going to go out and get like warrants for all these guys that did the killing and bring them to justice. Well, Billy the Kid comes out and he just fucking kills them. He's like, I'm above the law. I'm just gonna woo, and then he has a downward decline into his like villain story. Mm-hmm. And then the various young kids in the gang with him either have to get on board with the killing or they don't. So it's an interesting story, but I really did not like this either. I thought it was bad, quite bad.
Oh,
Yeah, like 2 stars out of 5. It's a weird like kind of mixture of vibes too, because it's got like synth guitar at the beginning, like when they're all like getting to, you know how like trying to think of like Gleaming the Cube or Rad or something like that, where it's like shredding. It's like those sports movies that are very like high energy and
Grind.
kind of like the intro to Caddyshack. It's all right.
Okay.
You ain't gotta worry about me.
Yeah, very 80s.
You remember the intro to Caddyshack?
That song is like, burned in my head. But it's like that sort of vibe at the beginning, and they're getting the gang together and stuff, and you're like, is this like a light jaunt? Is this a teen
It's very lighthearted.
teen comedy? And then they just start murdering people.
Oh.
And it just the vibe's not there. I don't know. I don't like this at all.
So like the mixture of like 80s sort of music bled into the Western movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was. I don't know. It just didn't work.
What about Rick Ross and Django?
Love it. Took me off guard, but loved it. So that's streaming on Amazon Prime and Philo.
That don't make no sense.
Up and coming Philo, you know.
Angry Outer says to give Young Guns 2 a shot. Much better movie.
You know what? I've actually heard that too, and I might do that. I might do that just for you, Michael. I watched Inglourious Bastards. Fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm not going to even talk about that, but just so damn good. I will be rewatching Django to basically cap off Spaghetti Western April.
Not Hateful Eight.
Too long. I don't want to do 4 hours. But Django,
1 hour episodes each day.
I loved Hateful Eight though, so maybe I will do it. But okay, so on to new movies. Them from 1954. Them! Exclamation point.
Them.
Yeah, this is the giant mutant ant movie.
Oh yeah.
Them. It's them. Arcade Fire. So
Oh, this bit again.
yeah, this is streaming on. Let me see where this is streaming. Indie Flicks. I might have rented this one.
You rented.
I must have rented it because I was doing a guest spot on Binge Movies, and we were covering Phase 4, that Ant movie directed by Saul Bass.
Saul Bass.
Yeah, Saul Bass. Graphic designer Saul Bass. But Them is from 1954, and it's one of these movies that I always thought was a hipster pick when supposed famous cinephile or movie maker says, "Oh, one of my big influencers or top 4 favorites or whatever, Letterboxd top 4."
Them.
And they say, "Oh yeah, Them 1954," and I'm like, that's such a pretentious pick. How good could it really be? A giant ant movie. I mean, I know it's fun and campy and whatever, and oh my gosh, the ants came from outer space and they're huge, 12 feet long, and the world's gonna end. And I watched it, and it is a legitimately good movie with some good tension, some good mystery behind it. Great practical bits with the actual ants, and Jim Cameron 100% pulled a lot of inspiration for Aliens from this movie, because when they go down into the LA sewers where the ants are living and they find the egg nest room, they torch it with flamethrowers. And it's all these giant ant eggs being torched with flamethrowers, and you're like, "That's the fucking queen scene with the net, with the ant net or the egg nest." So, really, really interesting. I thought it was better than I was expecting, and I could see why that movie influenced a lot of movies since then. One of the better old like black and white creature features from the 50s. So that's Them. Okay, 1954.
That's like would that be like a sci-fi movie?
Sci-fi creature feature.
Yeah.
Is there a reason the ants are big?
Yeah, they're
alien, right?
No, it's not. That's why I thought it was, but it's lingering radiation from the atomic bomb drop.
Oh, that's right.
So like Ninja Turtles.
Where they tested it, yeah.
Or Godzilla. Closer to Godzilla.
And then I watched Death Rides a Horse in preparation, just in case.
Hell yeah.
Joseph watched it. I know for sure. Did you watch it, Tyler?
No, I did not.
Okay. And this has... I don't even want to really say anything about the third act, but it really surprised me in the third act in a really good way. And I was already having a good time, but the way that the whole story comes together, I was like, okay, you got me.
Okay.
Yeah, I was expecting... I kind of expect... Like, I know what to expect. but I did not. It was a good surprise, So
Yes.
I don't want to say anything more than that because I don't want to give away more than what needs to be done. But
It was, yes.
the main character in it is not Lee Van Cleef. He's on the poster, but it is John Philip Law. I would consider more the main guy, and he's a young boy, probably about 8 or 10 or something like that, and his whole family is slaughtered by this group of 4 bandits, and his mom and sister are almost raped. Or maybe they did. And they
In front of him.
Yeah, right in front. He's like hiding in the corner, and his dad's shot dead. And then they shoot his wife, his mom, and his sister dead too. And they leave the house to burn down, and he's in it, and he gets out without being noticed, and basically grows up to be a gunslinger, hell bent on revenge.
And well, I mean, I'm kind of jumping.
That's fine. Go ahead.
He he logs physical traits of each of the people.
Yeah, each one of the 4 killers has something very specific. Like one's got a huge scar across his eye. One of them has a weird earring that's very specific, and one of them's got a tattoo on his chest of 4 aces. And the other one was I don't remember.
One was just ugly.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
the other one, I think he just got a good look at him or something like that.
Yeah.
But he's basically going through life trying to live a life almost like Manny Patinkin from Princess Bride. He's like, well, I've been dedicating my whole life to revenge, but there's not a lot of money.
Bowl of spaghetti right there. So,
Oh yeah, I forgot. I brought you good spaghetti, and you choose to eat the cold shit out of the can. I made a second bowl for you.
No, this is punishment. I have to eat this whole thing, and then I can have the good.
Whatever.
All right, whatever.
Okay, I'll just throw that in the garbage then. It's gonna be cold by the time you get to it.
I like eating cold food. Anyways, go on.
Okay, so anyways, yeah, he grows up as an adult, and he's now a very accomplished gunslinger, and he's trying to.
He's been training.
Yeah, he's been training for the right moment, and he starts finding these guys one by one. And Lee Van Cleef plays he's just, when we join him in the modern day, we don't see him in the past day. We join him in the modern day, and he's just getting out of jail. He's just released, and he's starting his life as a free man again. And he goes to visit this homestead where this young man is now studying the gun, and he's standing over the graves, and it's almost like he knew his parents or something like that. Like maybe he's a family friend or something.
Yeah.
And he's just like, man, I have places changed a lot in my time. And he's also an accomplished gunfighter, so the young guy is kind of trying to tag along with him, and he doesn't want it. He's like, no, you're on your own. I'm going to leave you here. I'm going to strand you on, take your horse, and
he's
you
like
keep following me.
That sounds like a lot of. That sounds like a better movie than the one that we're gonna review.
Okay.
He's like another man on his own mission.
He's got his own mission, and you're not quite sure what their relationship is, but he's a mysterious, gunslinger also. So
figure.
Yeah, and but the actual revenge killings is really good because you see the flashback to him with the guy with the 4 aces on his shirt, and
It's like this effect, like this red filter that goes over it. It was really cool.
That's awesome.
Hey, Chris is in the chat. What's up, Chris?
Hi, Chris.
So anyway, Death Rides a Horse is on Amazon Prime. Highly recommend.
Yep.
Very, very good and brutal. First scene, people are getting knifed in the chest in the rain.
Damn.
Yeah, it's brutal, really brutal. So yeah, high recommend, and that's what I got.
Cool. Tyler, what are you doing over there?
No, my phone charger fell.
Okay, Tyler, what did you watch?
Well, first of all, I want to give compliments to the chef, Pete. This spaghetti is amazing.
Oh, good. Thank you very much.
And I did eat all my raviolis as punishment for.
You sure about that?
Do you want to look? Do you want me? Do I have to drink the sauce too now?
No, please don't.
Gargle the balls.
Please don't. No, just
Okay.
thank you. I'm glad you like the spaghetti.
Pour it on the rest of the spaghetti. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
Don't
I'm not
do it.
gonna do that. No, I won't taint. I won't dare taint it. Yeah. So I watched a movie on Pete's recommendation, Companion.
Oh, cool.
Directed by Drew Hancock, written by Drew Hancock, starring Sophie Thatcher, Jack Quaid, and then the guy who played Guillermo, the
Harvey Guillen.
yeah. This movie was freaking amazing.
Oh, good. He liked it.
It really satisfied that itch that I have about androids. One thing, one criticism that I will have about this movie is that Iris, the main character, she doesn't act androidish.
That's the point. They're that good. It's in the future when you can't tell.
Right. But I have a problem with that. Like, I wish it was a little bit more like you could differentiate from like a human to the android. I get that like they are really realistic, but like if they like, and in some ways, her acting, the way that she walks, like the cadence of her walking, like you can tell that she is not really human.
What?
Put on. Yeah, this is a perfect opportunity to use your chatbot.
Oh yeah, sorry.
What'd you want her to sound like, huh?
Yeah. Hold on. Where is it here? What's the main guy's name in it? Let's see, companion.
Josh Beeman.
Josh, I love you.
That doing it for you?
What? Yeah, it is.
Take me now.
You know,
I'm ready.
so the story is very like easy to follow as well. Like it's not complicated. It's not like super like you can take it into a philosophical way. But it's not like Ex Machina where like it's like super heady. And I really man, like it just made me wish that I could have one.
Oh man, that's the most depressing thing I've ever heard.
I really wish
Dear God.
Why?
You want some fuckbot?
That's offensive. I would never call my companion a fuckbot.
What's a robot? What's the waifu version of a robot?
She would call me a fuckbot.
Yeah, maybe. I think Jack Quaid did a really no.
You wouldn't make your sex bot call you daddy?
Oh no, I'd call her mommy.
Oh God.
Mother's milk. Me want sucky now, mommy.
Yeah, exactly. That kind of
inside of your head must be a terrifying place.
It is.
What intelligence setting, Tyler? Bruce wants to know.
Yeah. What would you put it at?
setting?
What intelligence setting? Out of 100. Out of
100, I'd probably put it at 75.
She can't be smarter than me.
That's saying that I have 75% intelligence. No, I would want her to be smarter and a little bit more dommy. But love me anyway.
Tell me what to do.
But what I really liked about this movie was surprisingly Jack Quaid's acting.
He's pretty good.
I was really apprehensive about his career trajectory because, him being like a Nepo baby, like, he's just getting the role because he's Quaid.
Dennis Quaid's son.
And so
Randy Quaid's nephew.
I mean, like he's more or less okay in The Boys, the TV show by Amazon Prime. But
I wonder if he ever put any snakes in people's houses. It's like rubbing that head over there.
But with this movie, like I feel like this really kind of like cemented him as being like a really legitimate actor, and just the whole pacing of the movie is just damn near perfect.
It's very fun. It's very like exciting and energetic.
And like the way things like start cascading into the plot is was very enjoyable for me. And yeah, I really liked it, and I hope that I could live to see a future with companion bots.
You still have to buy it though.
That's true.
You have to have the money to afford it.
What I found really funny about this movie is like when he's explaining, like, do you really want to know how we first met? And it just shows like delivery people wheeling in a coffin.
Yeah.
Like it's a coffin shaped. I remember audibly out like saying to myself, I was just like, why is it shaped like a coffin? Like,
well, that's what person goes there.
Yeah, but it's shaped like the classic like 1800s coffin. Like it's not like a box. Like it's like literally like shaped like a coffin. I thought that was pretty comical.
This is Tyler interacting with his android.
Less talky, more fucky.
No.
Yes, Daddy.
No.
You have long, stimulating conversations.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Can you just compliment me, please?
I mean, basically, yeah, because of my low self-esteem and narcissism, like, yeah, it would
That's
be
a really weird combination you have, though. Low self-esteem and narcissism.
I know it's
It's
paradoxical.
actually not that.
It's paradoxical.
Most narcissists.
It's actually not that
uncommon.
uncommon. of a
Really?
thing. Yeah.
I figured most narcissists think very highly of themselves.
I think there's a difference between ego and narcissism.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, it would just be me, just like talking to this poor android about everything and anything, and then they would have to listen to
You want to
it.
hear a new song I wrote?
They would have to listen to me.
I guess.
Hold on, let me put on my wife beater.
Shut up. Anyways, yeah.
The android is like,
Oh, this bit again.
you should. Have you ever played Detroit Become Human?
No, I have not.
Oh, you need to.
You should play that game.
Okay.
Yeah, you need to.
All right. Well, I'll check it out.
Where's Companion streaming?
That is streaming on Amazon Prime, but like it's on Prime, but I don't know if it's on Max, like as well, like because like my Amazon Prime is
Sure,
kind
it's
of
on
like
Max.
I'm pretty sure it's Max.
okay, because like my Amazon
Yeah, it's on
Prime,
Max.
okay, because like my subscriptions are like all like on one like docket, so
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, Companion that's streaming
On Max.
on Max, yes, and then that's the movie that I watched.
That's it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Good job.
thank you.
All right. Me. Let me go to me. Let me pause my spaghetti eating.
Yeah.
I watched a few movies, and they're all bangers.
Oh, cool.
All bangers. Starting in the
Just
order.
like Tyler.
Yeah. In the order that
All bangers.
No, the order that I watched them. I rewatched for the first time in a while. I haven't seen it in a while. Is Steven Spielberg's Minority Report.
Yeah.
Sci-fi action movie starring Tom Cruise based on a short story by Philip K. Dick, who also did the story for Blade Runner and Scanner Darkly, I think. Yeah.
He did a lot of movies.
Yeah. He wrote a lot of
A
books.
lot of books that
Turned
that
into movies.
is what I mean.
Yeah. And you guys seen Minority Report?
I haven't seen it in a long time.
Yeah, a few times. Very good.
Yeah, I remember really, really enjoying this movie when I watched it, whenever I watched it the first time. And I still really, really enjoyed it this time. Some of the visual effects are kind of dated. This came out in 2002. But
Seems great for O2 though.
it's
in my
still,
mind,
it still looks really good. It's very dreamy looking. A lot of like blooming highlights, very like ghosty, kind of like artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
Also
Yeah.
Spielberg, I believe.
Yeah.
Similar vibes.
Stanley Kubrick.
It was his.
I think he started. He started.
He
it.
started
Oh,
and then
okay.
he died.
Yeah.
Then he died.
It's disrespectful to say that's a Kubrick movie though.
But Minority Report is about it takes place in the future where there are these three essentially oracles, siblings that have been taken by an agency of the government, like a new agency called Pre-Crime, and they are seeing the future, like future crime, and the police force of this agency are going out to stop it from happening right before it happens. And Tom Cruise is essentially the leader of this organization.
He's the detective.
The lead
detective
of this whole thing. A lot of really cool like set pieces and ways of like how like technology and how they of this police force, if you want to call
The
it
touch
that.
glove screen thing is really cool.
Yeah, this is like the future that this movie paints is like the future that I imagine happening in a sort of
Right now. Right now.
I don't think it would be that far off, to be honest.
I mean, the infrastructure of the freeways is kind of crazy in that movie. Kind of like literally driving up right to your goddamn apartment and you just of your high-rise building.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Tom Cruise plays John Anderton, and he is a divorced father who lost his son like years before this, and is what the main driver of him being a part of this agency, because he wants to stop it from happening in the future. Yeah. Although right now the oracles or the precogs, what they call them, can only prevent murder from happening because it's the most like final like thing that can happen to somebody. And there's a short explanation as to like why they can't stop other crimes, and but I can't remember it. Colin Farrell is also in this along with I think Max von Sydow.
Yeah, it is Max von Sydow.
Let's see, Neil McDonough plays Tom Cruise's partner. You would recognize him. Tim Blake Nelson has a small role.
Yeah.
He is like kind of like overlooking the prison.
And Emily Morton, is that the lead precog?
Agnes. Let's see, Agnes. Samantha Morton plays Agatha. It's Agatha.
You know, you can still get pregnant from pre-crime.
yeah.
So be careful.
I just pre-crame. Yeah. But it's a lengthy movie.
It's Saturday night.
Like 2.5 hours, but it's really, really good. And Deanna had never seen it, and she enjoyed it. She's a big fan of sci-fi, so it was really good. There's like twisty turnies. John Anderton gets framed.
Twisty turnies.
John Anderton gets framed for a murder that he's going to commit, but he sees it happen, and he's like, "What? I'm not gonna.
I just won't go there.
I'm not gonna murder anybody. How do you end up there?" And the whole movie, if you don't know how it's gonna happen, it's like, yeah, how would he end up there?
You just don't go there,
and you just go along with
just sit in a room.
You just go along with the ride, and it's like, yeah, just don't do anything. Just don't. You just kill yourself.
Well,
What they say
is that the murder ball comes out, the red ball.
Yeah.
And it always happens like within 15, 20 minutes of the murder.
Yeah.
Because no one is stupid enough to premeditate a murder now because of pre-crime.
Yes.
So his murder ball comes out and it says John Anderton is going to be like 3 days from now. And they're
going to
like,
be the perpetrator.
Yeah, he's going to be the perpetrator on this day at this time. And you're like, who's dumb enough to like plan to kill somebody 3 days from now? And he's like, what the fuck? I gotta go on the run.
Yeah.
It is a great concept.
Yeah, and there's some good reveals later on, and you figure out what's happening. And one of the quotes from that movie that I say a lot on my own sometimes is towards the end of the movie where he goes, "What are you gonna do now, Lamar?"
Yeah.
Max von Sydow's character's name is Lamar.
Yeah.
But it's good. There's a lot of kind of crazy technology. Like the batons they have are called sick sticks. Literally makes you throw up.
Yeah, it's a great concept.
The little spiders that come in. Peter Stormare plays a crazy scientist that
doctor
does
eye transplant.
Surgeon and does a back alley eye transplant.
The one thing of all the things that I love about that movie, the one thing that never sat right with me. Why does he have that disgusting sandwich and that rotten milk in the fridge still?
For funny,
because in theory, if you follow the plot, he makes the nice sandwich for him to recover.
Yeah,
he has to put it next to the one and then just look at the nasty one next to it and go, "That's fine.
I'll leave it there.
I'll leave it there. I won't throw it in the trash."
Like right after that happens, there's a great shot overhead of the spiders that coming in and going into different people's apartments to identify John Anderton.
They scan their eyes,
and it's a great just like overhead shot of multiple apartments,
top down, roof off.
Yeah,
you just see like the layout of the apartment. It's really cool.
People getting identified, ID'd. Yeah, really fun. That's streaming on Apple TV Plus.
Cool.
Paramount Plus.
Okay.
Via Apple TV.
Cool.
The next movie I watched came out last year, streaming on Hulu, starring Jude Law. This is The Order.
I've heard really good things.
Jude Law and Nicholas Hoult. Nicholas Hoult playing a Nazi.
Oh.
Yes. This is based on true events in the Pacific Northwest, where Nicholas Holt's character essentially branched off from the Aryan Nation to start a new, like, more aggressive version of the Aryan Nation, to be more destructive and to like try to do like a government takeover, starting locally.
And you said this is based off a true story?
Yes, in the 80s.
Wow.
Jude Law plays an FBI agent, Terry Husk, who he goes there to start investigating. Ty Sheridan also plays a local deputy sheriff.
You say Toby Huss?
Huh?
Toby Huss, you said?
Terry Husk.
Oh, Terry Husk.
Is the character's name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Ty Sheridan plays a local deputy who partners up with Jude Law to do this investigation. And it's a really, really good movie. It's really well.
It's like action or what?
It's like it's like a detective slash. There's a little bit of action in it. There's no real mystery or anything like that, but it's more just like a telling of the events that happened. There's a lot of bank robberies or robbing of armored trucks, those bank trucks.
Oh yeah.
Via like from Nicholas Holt's gang.
Yeah.
And Jude Law is essentially just trying to catch them in the act of doing it. Yeah, it's really entertaining, and there's some kind of shocking moments in it. Really great imagery, looks beautiful. It's in the PNW, so there's a lot of great scenic shots of trees and clouds and stuff like that.
I like trees.
That's right. Real tree slut, aren't you? But yeah, really, really good. High recommend for that.
Cool.
That's The Order, streaming on Hulu. And there's a good tie-in to like today. It's kind of like like similar to if you want to if Black Klansman.
Yeah.
Similar to that, but not funny.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Remove the comedic aspect of it.
I'm out.
Yeah.
I like my KKK movies funny.
Yeah. Aryan Nation, actually. Not
Okay.
There's a difference. I also watched Death Rides a Horse.
Oh yeah.
Exactly what you said about it. Really, really, really great. Great third act sort of reveal type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good. We already kind of talked about that. So, and that's on Prime. And then not a stream pick because it's not streaming right now. Went and saw Ray Mendoza / Alex Garland's Warfare.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. And I was there too.
Yes.
You were?
Yes, we went and saw it together. And it was a delight.
Delight is not the word I would use. But
well, that's true.
I wasn't delighted, but the
movie was
good.
Stressful.
It was impactful and stressful and intense.
Was it good?
Yes.
I've been wanting to see that movie.
It's hard to even say that there's no plot really. There's no narrative there's no ABC like character arcs or anything like that.
It's just like
it takes place over the course of 2 hours in real time.
Oh,
it's a small squad of I don't know if they're Marines or Army Rangers or something like that, but they're frogmen they call them, and they just go into a house to observe something, and then the house gets attacked. And it's them trying to get out of the house with their fallen brothers or injured brothers.
They occupy this poor family's house while they keep them in the bedroom, and they're just like keeping
it's in Iraq, 2008 Iraq,
keeping an eye out on their outside environment. They have claymores laced throughout the balcony, and there's a guy who's just on a sniper, just scoping out,
sticking out a hole in the wall,
people, right? Trying to like keep a lookout for anybody who would be up to nefarious activity against them specifically. And then they get attacked, and then from there, it's just them trying to survive.
That's it, literally,
and that's the whole movie.
That sounds like a fun time.
It's like all the most intense scenes.
I would not describe it as fun.
No. It's like all the most intense scenes of Saving Private Ryan with no like story narrative.
With no let up.
Well, yeah, there's no let up, but there's also no like narrative story. They're not on a mission to go do something. You don't even know what the mission is. You just pick up them taking this house over, and then.
Well, so was the movie good? Like
we already said that.
Yeah, we did.
That's good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
But it's not something that like I feel like watching Warfare. It's not,
you gotta go see it, dude. You're gonna have a blast.
It's not something that you would just like put on, like you would put on something, I guess, like, I don't know, Saving Private Ryan for more entertainment value than Warfare.
And Saving Private Ryan is also a heavy and depressing movie at times, but there's also a lot of heart, and there's also a lot of like...
There's more levity in it.
Yeah, there's levity, there's interesting characters, and there's some growth of the characters. In this, it's like you're experiencing the worst day of like 10 people's lives.
Oh, no.
And 2 of them, particularly, that get injured are...
And 4 of them are the family in that house.
Okay, so more like 15 people's lives, because there's like 4 or 5 people in the family who own the house that are there for the whole thing.
Yeah.
They're not under attack, they're hiding in the back room. But it's literally their house being destroyed as the siege is happening.
Yeah.
and 2 of the frogmen get injured badly, very badly injured.
Yes.
And their screams of agony are like haunting in my memory.
I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I recommend it.
Yeah. And it was great to see in theaters because it had really, really great sound design, and there's no hand holding in terms of like, because these guys are just talking to each other like they're in the military, and so there's a lot of like just echo bravo, a lot of code speak, and I'm just like, yeah, sure. But yeah, really, really good. And I don't really know how anybody could come out of this movie and say that was propaganda, because watching it, I was like, I never had the thought of like
Some levity in this.
I was never like, good thing these guys are there, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the whole time you're like, so they went in there to do an unknown thing. They were attacked, wasted a bunch of people's, like, blew up, basically destroyed half a neighborhood, ruined 2 people's lives, took 1 person's life on their side, and many, many people on the other side.
Radicalized
an entire family.
Yeah. Potentially.
And
dumped on, or
got
traumatized
literally nothing done the entire time.
Nothing got done.
Nothing got done.
Yeah.
And you're like, I can imagine this was one firefight, one of probably like 2,000 firefights that happened during the course of that war that are very similar to that situation. Mm-hmm. To what end?
Yeah, I mean, the whole war was pointless. So,
yeah,
but yeah, that was warfare, and it was impactful and good. And the end credits were really interesting because they had a lot of behind the scenes that they included into it, of like the making of it, and also like side by side pictures that most of them you didn't even see their face.
Yeah, they blurred out their face.
They blurred it out, which was interesting. They showed the actor who played that role, that character, or the real life person, but they didn't show the actual person. The actual face of the person.
There's like a photo of the real person and they blurred their face out. But they did have 2 of the real guys on set that were like hired for the production as character witnesses, or sort of
yeah, I mean, and Raymond Mendoza was there too, the director.
Yeah. And I was there too.
And I was there. You know it's hot out. Yeah. But yeah, that's all I have.
Cool.
For stream picks.
Well, that sounds like, oh man, I can't wait to see that movie.
Yeah, you should go see it. You could have seen it this morning and still had time to make spaghetti.
True.
But you didn't either.
Very true.
All right. So you guys got anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Binge Lord Dan's in the chat. Dan Kovecki. What's up, buddy? It was a prank. They had history. I'm not sure what that was referring to.
Minority Report series.
Yeah, he said he had. It's from 10 years ago. Lasted 10 episodes. So yeah, there was a Minority Report series. I'm not sure.
What was a prank?
I don't know. I don't know what was a prank, Dan.
It's just a prank, bro.
I'm joking.
I'm joking.
But anyways, so if you're still joining us live on the live stream and you're new to this setup, we take about a 15-minute break, 20-minute break usually, probably a little bit lighter this time, maybe like 15 minutes, because we already ate. we ate on camera.
Yeah, we did.
But we're going to come back in about 15 minutes and review Once Upon a Time in the West, the finale for Spaghetti Western April.
Yes.
And if you're not watching it live, if you're watching this later on in the week or listening on the podcast, we will be coming back on Wednesday with that review.
Yes.
Correct.
So thank you to our cool ass Yardies over on Patreon. That's Javier, Heather, Michael, and Chris. If you want to support us on the Patreon, you can do so at patreon.com/middleclassfilmclass, or you can just watch on the YouTube channel. That is another way to help without having to pay a dime. So until next time. Whoops, I'm on the wrong one. Thank you for joining us as we gab and chatter. We eat some spaghetti and talk about some good streaming picks and some warfare.
That's right.
Follow us later on in the week as we review Once Upon a Time in the West. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/MCFC podcast, and send us an email, mcfcpodcast@gmail.com.
And follow us on Instagram at Middle Class Film Class.
And on TikTok at Middle Class Film Class, and on Twitter at Podcast MCFC.
That's right. We're going to take a very quick break, and we'll be right back.
See ya.
See ya.
See you later. my God. What?
Welcome to Ultra Hell.
I'm gay.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Middle Class Film Class Spaghetti Western April Edition. I'm your host for today, Joseph.
I'm Peter.
And I'm Tyler.
And this week, not the Wheel of Destiny, the the movie that we watched for the final movie of Spaghetti Western April is Once Upon a Time in the West. So this is going to be a very exciting trailer for our audio listeners.
This wind is going to get us copywritten.
The wind.
There's a man walking wearing black, fade out from black. There's a train. It's steaming. Fade to black again. Fade out from black. Men on horses in front of a train that's moving.
You sure this is playing audio?
This is playing audio, yes.
Okay.
It's not just the outside.
This is the hiss.
It's not just the outside.
There's a woman. Looks forlorn. Scared. Fade to black again. Fade out from black. There's a man in the distance with a something.
A thingy.
He's got his foot up. Back of a man's head. Train.
Train.
Man running. Running. Train.
Gunshots. Whip crack. Oh, what is that?
Obviously, that's a harmonica. Being played by harmonica.
I mean, the tone of the trailer, or whatever this is, matches the movie, but...
Visually, yes. There's a man out of focus in the distance. I think that's it.
Dynamite stuff.
Yeah.
Dynamite stuff there.
It's about the pace of the movie.
Yeah.
Once Upon a Time in the West, this was voted on by our Patreon. I mean, it's a real nail biter of a vote.
Yeah. We had
3 out of 2.
pretty much. Let me see. Let me open up the Patreon.
We had to resort to making it public.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I went to. Let me see if I can get the actual post up here. Vote on the Spaghetti Western. 4 and 4. 4 votes. I can't say who voted for what.
You can't?
No, I can't.
Is it against the law?
I can't see it.
It's against the law.
Oh, okay. That's like
against the law.
I can't see it.
Oh, I see.
I can't see it.
You just can't.
No, I'm not unable to see it.
I see.
And it was like tied for like 2 weeks or a week and a half or whatever. So I went to the Facebook page and I posted on the Facebook page and said, please, classmates, not just the classmates or the Patreon members.
It's anyone.
Well, just the Patreon members. But we wanted votes for everybody, but really just the Patreon. We need more votes. And we got kind of a deluge of people who basically just said, Once Upon a Time in the West, easy answer. Chad Wilfong, Once Upon a Time in the West.
It was between this and Death Rides a Horse.
Death Rides a Horse, correct, which Joseph and I talked about. My Aunt Linda, who is a Patreon member, says Once Upon a Time in the West. My Aunt Margaret says, I agree. Heather Sachs says, I prefer the less mentioned, but also awesome Death Rides a Horse. So I'm glad we could talk about it at least a little bit on last episode for Heather.
Yes.
And then my dear mother, who's not a Patreon member, shame the devil, mom. Once Upon a Time in the West. She's paid her dues. She's given me enough money over the course of my life.
Well, I mean, she gave you life.
She gave me life. Yes.
She birthed you.
Yeah, that's right. So
You came out of her.
I did. I came literally from her. So we had the three of us picked our movies, and it was The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
First one. Great Silence.
The Great Silence for me. The Hudson River Massacre from Tyler, and then now Once Upon a Time in the West from the Patreon.
By all of you, 5 of you.
Yes, that's right.
Or however many.
By all you fine folks.
I can count you on my hands.
And our Patreon isn't huge. I understand why. We don't.
Is it even, can it be huge? Do we have a cap on how many people can be members?
No, we can have as many as you want. We have 5 cool ass yard duty max.
Should we increase that?
Well, we only have 4 right now. Steven was there, but he stepped away.
So still,
yeah, you could. I mean, could. I like the exclusivity of it though. But
it's a little too exclusive,
I guess. But I mean, you could still be part of the Patreon. There's just the lower levels.
I think people would rather be a
$5 member, like class clown.
No, what's the highest one?
Cool ass yard duty.
Most people would rather be a cool ass yard duty or nothing.
That's true.
That's why they don't join.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But yeah, so I mean, our Patreon's not huge, and I understand we don't really put a ton of extra stuff on there. We already do a shit ton of content. Anyways.
We're dumb.
We do like 3 hours a week of stuff for you fine folks.
We can't figure out how to differentiate what's exclusive and not exclusive.
Well, that thing is like if we were to have to do a bonus content, we'd be basically cutting out something from the main show.
We don't want to put you behind a paywall.
Yeah, we don't want to put it behind a paywall.
Even though we did.
But we're very happy that there's people that are happy to support us and willing and find value in our show enough to say, I'm going to donate $5, $10, $25 a month, whatever it is, to essentially you say, I value what you guys are doing. Thank you. Continue to do so.
Yeah. It's more like, I guess, our current setup for the Patreon is that they just have more of a say of what we do on the show.
Correct.
As opposed to like the things that they get access to, the non-existent bonus content.
Correct. Yeah. Like we should do more stream alongs, watch alongs, that sort of thing.
Commentaries.
The commentaries. We didn't have a huge
reaction
turnout to that. Instant reactions, whatever it is. I mean, instant reaction, that's a binge movies things. But like first day review, something like that. But we want you guys to be shaping the show. So at the end of this episode, we're going to spin the wheel of destiny and we're going to pick what the feature is, the subject is for the month of May. And if it lands on the Patreon pick, we're going to the Patreon to ask the cool ass yard duties what they want.
Yeah, give us a genre, a topic, a whatever.
Mm-hmm. Whatever genre it is, and we'll have to decide amongst your guys' selves. So I'm going to lean on Heather a little bit to kind of take the lead on that when it comes time for that.
MCFC fan club.
Yeah, she's trying to rally the troops because she's a doer. She's a go-getter, a doer.
She gets her done.
Yeah. And when we've done some binge movie stuff together, she shows up with like spreadsheets and Excel documents and things for this event that's happening, and it's really impressive. So anyways, this movie itself is chosen by all of the Patreon, not just the highest tier, not just the cool ass yard duties,
everyone,
but the actual subject.
Yeah.
Once it gets chosen, if it lands on the wheel, it will be cool ass yard duties only. You guys basically are going to curate our entire month for us. All 3 of us will choose our movie, and then you guys pick the larger Patreon class picks the final movie.
Just like control of our fate.
That's right.
For a month.
Yeah, and we don't know what the next month is going to look like for us. It was kind of fun. Yeah. I mean, it was always fun doing the Wheel of Destiny, and we don't know what the next
just a random movie, whatever it was.
But right now, there's so much unknown. I'm staring at the wheel down there right now, and I'm like, I know what movies I have to pick for my topics. I have no idea what you fellas are gonna pick or what I would pick for your topics. So it's just fun. It's exciting, and then all the streaming picks that are gonna be in the middle. So,
yeah.
But now it's time for Sergio Leone's great movie.
Once Upon a Time in the West, directed by the one and only Sergio Leone. And he directed all the Dollars trilogy, and which we watched Good, Bad, the Ugly, starting off with. This is his what feels like his most American spaghetti western.
Yeah.
And I think it was even shot in the U.S. in Utah and Arizona, I believe. And it certainly is a western epic, starring Charles Bronson, Henry Fonda, Claudia
Cardinale.
Jason Robards, Gabrielle Ferzetti, Paolo Stappa, Woody Strode. I'm gonna stop there, and a bunch of other people. And this starring Charles Bronson playing harmonica. That's his name throughout the movie because he plays one. His character introduction is him playing a harmonica, kind of a ominous tune that
doesn't have a name.
Ominous jingle that he plays whenever he shows up in a scene. And you are unsure of his motives throughout this whole thing, but he is a mysterious stranger with a harmonica who joins forces with a notorious desperado to protect a beautiful widow from a ruthless assassin working for the railroad. And Henry Fonda plays Frank, who is the antagonist of this thing and who a harmonica is after from the get-go, from the very beginning. And yeah, this is a long one. I mean,
it's a true epic.
Good, Bad, and Ugly was also very long.
Yeah.
And I would say that they are comparable in terms of their pacing. I mean, it's the same director, so it kind of makes sense. But yeah, a lot of great sweeping shots, a lot of great compositions in this, a lot of deep focus, like everything's in focus when they're outside.
A lot of really great macro shots of these people's faces too, like up closes.
Yeah, and this is my first time watching it. Pete's watched this before once, and Tyler, you have not seen this either before?
Yeah, first time watch.
All right. Then I guess we'll start with you, Tyler, since Pete's already seen it.
Yeah.
Me?
That's fine.
Initial thoughts for Once Upon a Time in the West.
Ooh, yeah, I thought this was a very, very weak film. All style, no substance. The story just, I had an incredibly difficult time following it. I mean, on paper it's simple enough, but it just felt all over the place in terms of like where it was going, at least for myself. And I didn't have any sort of, like, with the Good and Bad and the Ugly, like I could get attached to the characters. But with this movie, I could not care any less about the characters in this movie.
You didn't care about the widowed woman?
No.
Why not?
What I will say, though, is that was actually one of my favorite parts in the movie. Was the murdered family. Like, I like it when a director doesn't shy away from killing children and women. And so I thought that was a bold move, especially in the time that it was released, which was
1968.
68. So yeah, I like that there was child murder in the movie.
always a crowd favorite with Tyler.
But other than
this bit again.
Other than that, like, it's just yeah, I'd say all style, no substance, because like the filmmaking.
Do you not like the style?
No, I did. I liked the style. I thought this was a beautiful, beautiful film, but there's just nothing compelling about the story to have me hooked, like, throughout the movie. Like, it was really, like, I was having a really hard time, like having my attention kept with this movie. I thought the harmonica bit with Charles Bronson character was kind of tacky. Although he plays a mean harmonica. It just,
does he?
Well, yeah,
two notes.
Yeah, but it's haunting. It's haunting. It's like right when
tacky, but boy, can that motherfucker play.
Yeah,
goddamn John Popper on that thing.
It was an odd choice for the protagonist to just be called, one, his name being harmonica, and 2, him being like a damn near rapist at one point in the movie.
That was a strange choice.
That was weird. I'd like to think that was like Charles Bronson's choice. He's like, no, let me just push her down. And like, all right, Bronson, that's good.
I think the character needs to be kind of a rapist. What do you think, Serge?
I think at this instant he would rape her.
What do you think?
What do you think, Sergio?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That seems a little complicated.
I'm just gonna go for it.
So
We're gonna go real loose on this take, okay?
So I'm gonna try something. We'll experiment.
I think by the end of the movie, it left no emotional impact on me, unlike what The Good and Bad, the Ugly did. Because after I watched, like, comparing the two films, after I watched The Good and Bad and the Ugly, I like sat back in my chair. I was like, that was actually a really good movie. With this movie,
What a fucking waste of time.
With this movie, I was like, that felt like work. Like, it felt like I really had to fight for my attention. It really had to fight for my attention.
Okay.
And so, now, again, despite what I'm saying, I think that the movie looks really good. And I think the acting is appropriate for the genre that it's in. It's just, the story and the acting just wasn't compelling enough for me. So I mean, yeah, it was okay. It was okay, I guess.
Wonderful.
You sure about that?
Okay.
I mean, it was just okay.
All right, that's fair, I guess.
Okay. I was like half kind of expecting you to like, but yeah, great film.
Great film. Love it.
3 out of 5. So yeah, also my first time watching this. I like feel like a small percentage of what you felt about it in terms of the.
Oh, finally, someone on Team Tyler.
In terms of the pacing, it was very, very slow. It dragged a lot. I mean, that opening sequence was like, the tension was there. I was like, like when a note rises up and it gets like, and you're just waiting for something, but it's just taking the extra beat too long. But that's like picking nits, I think. I mean, you could probably cut out like 20 minutes of it and it would still be, I think, just as impactful, but
Yeah.
that's not Sergio's style. That's not Sergio's style. That's a long piece of spaghetti.
That's early Sergio, maybe, but not late Sergio.
Yeah. And it is interesting because like his Dallas trilogy went from like least length and like runtime to like most length and runtime. Just got longer and longer. And he's like, no, I need to make it longer. Each one needs to be longer than the last one. And there was a little bit more campiness in some instances in this movie with Charles Bronson. I do kind of agree with the harmonica bit, like it being just like a little like guy in a corner. Like he's not Aragorn. Like
King of men.
like he's like when he's like sitting in that like bar or something.
Yeah.
And
they slide the lantern over to him.
Slides the lantern and he's just sitting there like cross-legged and he's playing that harmonica.
Holding the harmonica like this too.
Yeah.
Weird.
And it just felt like you came into the wrong part of town, mister. Like
You came into the wrong part of town.
What the fuck was that? What was that accent?
I don't know. I was.
Can you do it again?
No. Okay.
Please.
No.
I implore you.
Just keep going.
Okay.
so there
Ow.
So there was I got a little element of that. There's like a little campiness, and then when he's beating up Wobbles for the first time, and he like grabs him by the scarf and he's like pulling him like a cattle or something. It was just a little campy, but I mean, Clint Eastwood fucking karate chops a guy, and so it's still there's always going to be that level of camp, especially with an older movie. But like kind of what I said earlier, really great shots. The story was kind of hard to follow. I knew the general idea of what his goal was. He was trying to find Frank, the whole time. And then this widow got into the mix of everything. But I really, really love the score of this movie.
Yeah, me too.
And overall, the movie just feels like a way more like polished version of everything else prior.
Yeah.
Like the dubbing or not dubbing, I couldn't even really tell. It felt like some of them were just actually speaking English.
I think most of them were speaking English.
Yeah.
It was mostly ADR more than anything.
The sound mixing was a lot better, I feel like, in this one. The set pieces were bigger, I assume just because he had a bigger budget, more production value. It felt like there was more production value in this movie. And I felt like the acting was really good. I especially in the last 30 minutes of the movie, and then like at the very end when he's like leaving and like talking to the widow, and the acting was like, it was like they brought it down from like theater acting to like acting for a camera as opposed to a stage. Sure. It's not as big as it was in.
That's a good point.
Like people are a little bit more subdued in their performance, and I enjoyed it. I don't think I enjoyed it as much as like For a Few Dollars More or Death Rides a Horse, because I think I find those stories like better or more engaging. But the reveal, sort of the flashback reveal,
that was good,
of the harmonica, I was like, damn,
that's fucked up.
That kind of like made the journey up to that worth it. Because up to that, I was like, where's like what is his goal? Because like Frank, you're like, who is this guy the whole time? And then the reveal happens way towards the end of the movie. Maybe I feel like it should have happened just a little bit earlier.
I agree.
But when it does happen, I was like, damn, that is brutal. That is brutal, and it makes sense. Like him carrying that essentially scar with him.
Yeah.
Around his neck throughout the rest of his life. Although I think it is funny that Charles Bronson looks older than the person who did that crime against him.
Yeah.
Against Frank.
Oh, I see.
But that's just a casting thing.
Bronson just always looks like he's
perpetually
piece of fruit left out in the sun.
Yeah.
Somehow this kid aged faster than the guy who and the adult who terrorized him.
Yeah.
But it was still pretty good. But yeah, long, like a little bit dragging a little bit in some moments, but overall I still thought it was pretty damn good.
Cool. Nice.
Pete, what's your second thoughts?
Yeah, so the first time I watched this, it was I really kind of blown away by how much I loved it. I loved the grittiness of everybody, how just grimy and sweaty everybody is. I loved how much of a I really loved last time, this time, every time. Like the mob boss sort of guy who's more or less crippled, living on a train.
He has spinal tuberculosis.
Yeah, he's got the cool steampunk neck brace,
Yeah.
poking out from his shirt, and you're like, that's a cool, interesting villain. You know, it's almost like a Bond villain.
Yeah.
I liked that. I thought Henry Fonda did a fine job as a villain, and he's not generally cast in the villain role hardly ever. He's kind of like the leading man, romantic lead, maybe hero, but definitely not the villain. And I think he did a fine job at that. I also think that Charles Bronson, to me, feels like a generation before Steven Seagal. He's like this weird action star that starred in a billion Death Wishes that just got progressively worse and just kind of all in all shitty in general. Mm-hmm. And he's got that dumb mustache, and he's got that like Pete Rose haircut. He looks like a freaking Muppet, you know. And you're like, this is the action star, and I never got his appeal. Looking back at him from today's standards to like, okay, so he was big in the 80s as some action star. Who was buying this guy, right? But seeing him in this, I'm like, yeah, what a menacing, imposing individual he was.
Uh-huh.
He's got this large physique. He's got this like furrowed brow, like caveman brow. Mm-hmm. It looks like he's ready to kill at any given moment, you know. And I really liked him in this. So, his character was interesting. I did like the harmonica bit, although I do think it was overused. I think they just like Joseph said, just cut one or two beats off a little bit. You know, what worked really well in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly in the finale is all those long lingering glances back and forth. You can linger as long as you want because you're about to get to the fucking, you know. It's like the end of the movie is right there.
Yeah.
You know the finale's happening. You see the climax is right around the corner, so you're okay with that extra build of the tension and the music, all that stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't, but the intro I think was perfect. I don't think trim anything out of the intro. I love the intro as is.
Yeah, I like the intro.
Timing wise, pacing and all that stuff. But there's long bits in the middle that is just kind of there to be there. It's not adding to me a whole lot of anything. So there was a bit of trivia that I read in the Wikipedia that in Paris, this movie was so popular that they ran at one specific theater. They ran it for 2 years straight. It never left the theater for 2 years.
Jesus.
And Sergio Leone went there near the end of the 2-year run, and people were thronging him for signatures. And he asked the projectionist to come down from the projection room to kind of walk around with him because he was like really excited and honored that he showed his movie for so long. Mm-hmm. And the projectionist said, "I should kill you. 2 years of playing this movie, and it's so damn boring." It's like nothing happens for huge stretches of the movie.
Yeah.
So I think that it's interesting that at this point after Sergio, because Sergio already said, well, I'll get into that later. I think that if I could do anything with this movie, I'd probably cut out maybe 20 minutes worth of it and make it a lot tighter in those sloppy areas. And I really wish we would have found out the origin of harmonica a little sooner. I would have liked to live with the character, knowing that more. Watching it as a second time, I kept thinking, when is the flashback happening? When is this cool flashback happening? I was like, does it really happen that late in the movie?
Yeah.
It's like 15 minutes from the end almost, it seems. So I don't think I liked it as much the second time, but I still thought it was fantastic. So, you know, it's if I had to rank them with where we have now, what we've seen so far in this run, I'm going to go with, for a few dollars more at the top, and then The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, then Once Upon a Time in the West, then Death Rides a Horse. And Death Rides a Horse is a close tie to Once Upon a Time in the West.
This Hudson River.
You know what? Maybe that's number 2. Maybe that's just below for a few dollars more. Hudson River isn't even on the fucking chart. Hudson River is down there with My Name Is Nobody that I didn't even finish.
Yeah.
But the cool thing about having a movie that's damn near 3 hours long is you get a lot of stuff in it. So like in your mind's eye, when you're looking back at it, you're like, oh, I remember that scene was really cool. Oh, I remember that scene was really cool. And oh yeah, Claudia Cardinale. Oh, what a vision. You know, and it's like you're getting all these like just the best parts, and your mind forgets about the boring in betweens until you rewatch it, and you're like, I gotta fucking what 2 hours and 45 minutes this movie?
Yeah,
man, that's a commitment. I don't know. I liked it. I don't know if I'm like that much, you know. So I have a really hard time thinking I'm ever gonna revisit this after having seen it twice now, unless I'm really jonesing for a good harmonica scene or something.
You got nothing going on, and there's nothing else that you want to watch.
But that's never going to be the case because I have so many things I want to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if like you like get like Cowboy whiskey drunk and you're like, I want to watch a
I'll fall asleep.
I'll watch for a few dollars more.
Oh yeah.
It's so fun. It's so much more fun than this. So, but anyways, still loved it. Great. And it keeping in tradition, this is the first of a trilogy.
Is it?
No
yes, it is.
way.
What's the second one?
Duck You Sucker.
What the fuck? I think you mentioned this
and then
before.
Once Upon a Time in America.
Oh, so that's part of this.
Yeah. And Once Upon a Time in America is Sergio Leone's final movie.
Oh, I didn't know you'd write
Duck You Sucker is from 1971, only 2 hours and 18 minutes. But Once a Time in America, 3 hours 49 minutes, almost 4 hours long. This movie.
Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
James Woods.
Yep.
James Woods.
Joe Pesci, Jennifer Connelly.
It's like a Scorsese
Treat
movie
Williams.
up in
Treat
here.
Williams. Yep.
Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci. Yeah,
Wow.
I will watch this movie one day, but goddamn, 4 hours.
Now that is a commitment.
That's a commitment. But it's weird because like
Movies with America in the title.
Duck You Sucker is like a IRA explosive expert, so it's set in more modern day.
Oh.
And then Once Upon a Time in America is set in like this kind of time frame that like the Godfather flashback.
Prohibition era.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
1920s or something like that, maybe America. But anyways, so it's kind of I'm a little sad that Tyler, you didn't like this movie.
I mean,
Don't walk it back now.
You just thought it was boring.
I thought it was boring. I thought it was a beautiful movie, and
You said it was weak.
You said it was the weakest?
No, he just said weak.
I thought it was weak story.
He said it was a weak movie.
Weak.
Yeah, story wise, I would say for myself, the majority of the acting was weak. I wasn't impressed. Well, everyone's entitled to their wrong opinions, I suppose.
What acting was bad?
I really didn't like harmonica. I thought
He just stares the whole time. That's not even acting. It's just mood.
He's just standing there.
well, menacingly. I think like the interaction with the widow.
Why did he almost rape her?
See,
That's what I want to know.
That's what I was wondering too, because that scene came like
What motivated him?
I was kind of like I was really starting
Because he's also a piece of shit.
I was really starting to lose like my interest in the movie at that, but then I perked up. And I was like, because he does the headbang thing once, and I was just like, oh yeah,
Headbang.
yeah, like where he bangs the head, bangs her head,
You try to not jerk off while you're watching this movie.
and then I was like, I was like, I kind of perked up a little bit. I was like, oh, what's this?
So
He kind of perked up at the
And then
rape scene.
and then he does it again, then he does it again, and I was like,
Tyler, stop telling on yourself.
and I was like,
I was losing interest until the raping started,
And then I got into it.
and then I was really into it. That's when the pants came off.
I was like,
oh fuck. But most of his interactions with the widow and like with Frank and everything, like it just wasn't. It lacked charm for myself. Like I did not get the charm
it's not
from
charm. It's coolness. It's vibe.
Well, he wasn't as charismatic as old people make out Charles Bronson to be.
I still
And
don't.
in fact, I don't even see him. I like you said he looked like a badass in this movie. I thought he looked like a jackass. Like he with that freaking haircut.
His haircut's fine in this.
No, it looks
Compared to
stupid.
his haircut in Death Wish, this is 10 times better.
Okay. Well, I mean, I won't argue with that, but I still think it's bad. And the widow,
they live in the fucking Wild West.
So
he's worried about his hairstyle. He's also wearing a hat 90% of the time.
No one else's hair is a problem.
doesn't matter. It's my opinion.
But that's the reason why. That's part of the reason why you don't like this movie, because his hair's stupid.
Yes.
Oh my god! So you don't have any actual criticisms?
I
told you his haircut is weird. What more do you want from me?
Yeah, that's how
His haircut is weird, but I liked it when he tried to rape her.
Yeah.
I did not say that.
That's what you said.
I said that's what piqued my interest because I was losing interest in the movie. I didn't say I liked it. I just said it piqued my interest when it was
rape. Now that's interesting.
It was like a gratuitous amounts of like shoving.
It's been like 45 minutes since a child has been killed or someone's been raped. I'm out.
When's the child gonna die? Actually, there was multiple child deaths, right? In the beginning, like towards the beginning.
Yeah, there was.
How was that?
It was awesome.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I already said that. It was interesting. It's an interesting way to the contrast for watching Death Rides a Horse and this, because in Death Rides a Horse, you see the trauma up front. It happens, and you know what the motivating factor is, so you're rooting for this guy the whole time.
Yeah.
There is other mystery involved and some reveals that happen, but not based off of the original inciting incident. All of the thing that you're following is like, you kind of think the guy's a good guy, but you maybe not think he's a good guy. And I think that's probably why the near rape is there, is because it wants, I think that Leone wants you to not be really in his camp or not yet.
That's like the common trope throughout all these movies.
Yeah.
Is that none of the main characters are, any of them, really good people.
Yeah.
Human wise.
But at the same time, though, it almost seems like I was reading some sort of like opinions about the near rape. And some people think that he's a guy, that's like his first impulse is to do the raping, but then he stops, which I don't agree with. I think that in reality, what happens afterwards is he's ripping the lace off of her clothing. And there's a lot of talk about how she was a whore and now she got married to this guy. And the other guy, Cheyenne, the Jason Robards character, he says, "You remind me of my mother. She was the biggest whore in Alameda, the best woman you've ever met."
I thought that line was really interesting.
I know.
I did laugh at that.
I know. I get a good chuckle out of that too. So you're like, is he? So he's trying to like make her a more respectable woman. So he like pins her down and rips the lace off her, which is basically like a frivolous sort of dress, which honestly just makes her more revealing, in my opinion. The things are basically out at that point. But
lace was very suggestive back in the day.
Yeah, with his lace gloves, you know what that means. You know what I'm saying?
You ever had a LJ before?
Oh man, that's funny.
That's my wife.
You know that there's multiple versions, multiple edited versions of this. That there's like one. There's one that's 171 minutes long.
So it's like 5 minutes longer.
I don't think it's longer than that.
Well, this movie's 166 minutes.
So 171 minutes is the Italian version. Oh yeah, I guess so. 165 is the international version. 140 was the American theatrical version. And the 140 minute version was originally released in America and it bombed. Like
really?
It did not do good in America.
Yeah.
I don't know if they cut out the good stuff or it just people weren't feeling it. It's too slow for them, I guess. I don't know.
I would imagine so. I mean, but because like I feel like in 1968 people were like super hot on westerns.
Yeah, I mean it was literally like 2 years prior than that was The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it probably was at the ass end of the popularity of westerns.
No, they were still making them. Like My Name Is Nobody was 1977. It was like 9 years later after this movie.
What else was coming out in 1968?
Yeah, let's take a look.
Along with the western.
There was.
wait! I want to see what talent. Yeah, what do you think is coming out?
There was
in 1968.
1968. What the hell is that Dennis Hopper movie?
Easy Rider?
Easy Rider.
I think that was 69. Yeah, it was 69.
Oh.
Close, though. Good job.
Yeah.
Not bad. What else you got?
Yeah, let's see if you can get any. Don't look at this.
I wasn't looking. I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Nothing?
No.
Nothing comes to mind?
I mean,
2001.
Oh.
You'd think it would come out in 2001, but it doesn't.
In 2010 came out in what, 99 or something?
Yeah, 90 something. Yeah.
Rosemary's Baby, the original Planet of the Apes.
I was about to say Rosemary's Baby, but I thought it was in this. Yes, I was.
Then why didn't you say it?
Because I thought it came out in the 70s. I didn't know it was.
What did you have to lose if you didn't say it?
My dignity.
Don't even worry about that anymore.
Movie mentioned earlier in the show, Bullet. Steve McQueen movie.
Oh, yeah.
One of the more famous car chase scenes of all time.
Hang 'em High.
The Great Silence.
Yeah.
Actually.
The Great Silence? Oh, I love that one.
I love that one.
I do.
Night of the Living Dead. I think we said that.
Night of the Living Dead came out in 68?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Hour of the Wolf.
Oh.
Ring any bells?
Lest we forget, Once Upon a Time in the West.
Oh, yeah.
The producers, the original one.
Uh-huh.
The Odd Couple. Madigan. What the fuck is Madigan?
That sounds familiar.
Oh, Targets. That's that sniper movie, I believe, that Joe Bridges was trying to get us to watch.
Oh.
Should watch that one.
Sniper movies.
Sniper movies.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Barbarella.
Chitty chitty bang bang.
Oh, that movie that Adam Murphy recommended me, If... ...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a weird one. Death by Hanging. Cool name.
Yeah.
They hang 'em high. Another one. It's a
Oh, that was the Japanese one. Original name, Koshike. Oh, Korean man is sentenced to death by hanging, but he survives the execution. For the following 2 hours, his executioners try to work out how to handle a situation in this black farce. What? That's a crazy sounding movie.
Yeah, those are the other movies that came out in 2001. 2001 Space Odyssey was probably
the biggest one.
Dominating, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I actually don't know. I have no idea.
68 sounded like a really great year for film. And I mean, like, despite my disdain,
Your outright hatred.
I wouldn't go as far as saying disdain, but
burning rage.
Despite my disinterest in the story of Once Upon a Time in
Except
the
for the
West.
rape.
Yeah.
Your words, not mine.
Yeah. Oh, really? Okay.
That's what you said.
His favorite part.
No, I don't remember saying that's my. I don't. Despite my disinterest in the plot, I think that the movie was very like it. I thought it was a very good looking movie.
Yeah, we get that. I like the what's it called, the auction scene when people are trying to bid on the property and they're just intimidating the shit out of him.
And he's up there, $5,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got the cops, Tyler.
Police are driving by.
Do you know anything about that?
Do you ever warrant, Tyler?
Shit.
What, public
Hold
exposure.
On, guys.
I gotta get
in the Depression era, when the banks were trying to repossess farmers' lands, the farming community would show up, basically to bid, and they'd all have their guns there, and basically intimidate out of towners from voting or from bidding.
Yeah,
that's a nice piece of land there, huh? You planning on buying it? Huh?
Yeah,
with a shotgun in their hand.
Best not.
Yeah. We should bring that back.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Yeah, we should bring that back.
The intimidating city folk.
Yeah,
with guns.
Yeah,
I mean that's an actual useful use for a gun, or rising up against a tyrannical government that's just taking over you one by one liberty at a time. But people seem to forget that that's happening.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to buy a gun, but they won't allow me to. So.
They just took one look at you.
They're just like, no.
Can I buy a gun, please? I don't know.
I don't know. You kind of look like a mass shooter. So
what? When you say they wouldn't let you, does that mean that you actually never went in, but you assume they wouldn't?
No, I just mean your
parents,
my loved ones.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
They said no.
Well, no, yeah, I would agree.
Brianna just bought a really big knife.
A knife.
She says it's the largest knife that you can legally buy in California.
I just buy a sword at that point.
No, it's a sword's harder to navigate. It's a K-bar. It's like fucking this big.
That's awesome.
And I'm like, why'd you buy this? And she goes, well, I feel like I should get a gun, but I don't trust myself with a gun.
Why? You trust yourself with a knife?
Yeah. It's harder to stab yourself to death than it is to shoot yourself to death.
I don't know. You just have to run down the stairs.
So, yeah, with the knife out.
Yeah.
ICP style. But we actually bought a replica knife to practice with.
Yeah. I was playing with it downstairs.
To pull out the knife out of the holster and how to slash at someone if there's an intruder or something.
That's
like
cool.
that.
So she's staying strapped. She's just gonna walk around with the.
I don't know where it is. She hid it
with the holster.
She told me I'm not telling you where it is either.
And
she hid it and told you.
She told me she hid it and didn't tell me where she hid it though.
Oh, okay. Yeah. She's not telling you where it is.
She knows where my guns are, but I don't know where her knife. It's a one-way street apparently.
I mean, I guess this is. I guess this conversation is a testament to how boring this movie was, because we're not even talking about the movie because this movie was fucking boring.
Yeah, it's a little boring. It's also cool.
It's cool, but I I can see myself watching The Good and the Bad and the Ugly again, as long as that movie is, and for the long shots and stuff, and like kind of lulls. I can still see myself putting that movie on again. With this movie,
it's a lot more exciting. That's for sure.
Yeah,
there's explosions. There's no cussing.
I'm just realizing right now there's no real stakes in this movie, which is why
the stake is that the woman gets her land taken away from her.
There's no, I mean,
and then it goes to the
big whoop,
the train baron.
Well, that just shows your lack of investment in the characters.
Yeah. He's like, well, okay, so a woman suffers. What do I care? A single one, whore.
Yeah,
she deserved it. Tyler Noe quote.
She deserved it.
Well, I don't care.
I know.
I only liked it when she was getting raped.
I was a little upset he didn't finish the job.
This is gonna. You're putting my life in danger now.
Hey, do better.
God damn. But I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like, well, for my
well, the stakes are revealed at the end.
Yeah. So why would you reveal it at the end and just reveal the stakes at the beginning, or maybe
how did you feel about the reveal, the flashback reveal,
the harmonica one?
Yeah,
the reason why he's going after him.
That was pretty compelling. I did enjoy that flashback.
Did it recolor the character for you, like in retrospect?
No, it didn't. But I liked the flashback. I thought that was really well done. It was just just gripping. I was like, Jesus Christ, that is.
I know, how brutal.
I was like, well, it felt like it came out of nowhere too, because again, like it was like ebbing and flowing with me, like being like, okay, I don't really care about this movie. Oh, and then
that's the rape scene.
And then.
Is that a nipple?
And then, oh man, yeah.
God, I wish that were me.
Yeah. But when I saw, when the flashback like came to, I was like, wow, like okay, this is some peak Sergio Leone.
Sergei.
This is
peak. What's it? Why in Europe?
Yeah.
What is it?
Earl Europe.
That's it, yeah. Do you guys know that the first scene that Claudia Cardinale shot was the nude scene, love-making scene with Henry Fonda?
The rape scene?
Yeah, like this. Yeah. And it was...
the full... Well, I guess...
I don't know if they ever did it or not.
I mean, it's still rape, I guess.
Yeah, it's rape.
Just because there's no penetration.
It's rape, okay, guys?
And what that scene, like the start of that scene is so fucking creepy.
Yeah.
Because like the camera does, well, I don't know if it's the camera, but the frame does this sort of rotation zoom out, and like he's like face to face with her like this.
Yeah.
And then it zooms out and he's laying just on top of her, groping her, and then
yeah.
And then
it's so that scene was Henry Fonda's first sex scene he'd ever shot.
Really?
And his wife insisted on being on set through the entire time.
Why? Why does that matter?
Because she wanted to make sure no hanky panky was happening.
It's a film site. Of course, it's not going to happen.
But it was the first time for him, which means that the wife knows that is something new for him.
Yeah,
and
maybe
it's new for her as well.
Emotional support or something.
Who knows? There's a litany of reasons it could be.
I mean, like
probably also the fact that it was Claudia Cardinale.
Well, yeah.
A fox. True. If I could do that like love growl thing right now, I would do it. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah,
I won't even try it. Don't even try, Tyler. Just stop.
I was doing a Chewbacca.
Let's see what other trivia we got here. Fun trivia on this show or on this movie. Okay, let's take a look.
Binge Lord Dan gave us some in the beginning.
Oh yeah, the trio at the beginning that harmonica shot.
Mm-hmm.
Leone wanted it to be Clint Eastwood, Lee Van Cleef, and Eli Wallach from Good, Bad, and the Ugly. But that would
have been cool.
Clint Eastwood at this point had already parted ways with Sergio Leone.
Yeah, he said he wanted 3 and done.
Yeah, and he also hated him at that point. I think.
Yeah. Forced him to smoke
cigars.
Yeah.
Leone didn't want to do any more westerns. He was basically kind of strong-armed into this because
I'm a third of the western.
Yeah. I said everything I need to say. just want to sit on my porch with the warm.
I'm tired of eating
spaghetti.
spaghetti.
Yeah. He really liked Henry Fonda, was his favorite actor. So Paramount came to him and said, if you do this, we'll give you a significant budget and we'll give you access to Henry Fonda. And he's like, oh, you got me. I'm making the movie.
Charles Bronson also was approached by Sergio Leone for earlier movies, and Charles Bronson was like, "Your script sucks."
Your script sucks.
For a fistful of dollars, and then for a few dollars more, he's like, "It seems like the same thing."
I couldn't even imagine Charles Bronson being the star of like.
I'm Charles Bronson. That's how he talks. I don't know. I actually know how he talks. He talks how he talks in the movie.
Yeah. Half of the film's budget was spent on the actors' salaries. That makes about sense with the big name actors. Ennio Morricone composed the musical score to the original screenplay. Sergio Leone and Bernardo Bertolucci.
That sounds familiar. I could be confusing with like.
Well, Bertolucci's is a body shop in Sacramento.
That's why
it's a big one.
One of it's related.
It has a huge, huge science as Bertolucci's. They're well respected too. They do good work. John Carpenter was a huge fan of Sergio Leone, and his film had Jill's theme by Ennio Morricone played as he walked down the aisle at his wedding to Adrienne Barbeau.
It's the score. There's like an operatic aspect to some of the score, and it's really like it's like bittersweet and sort of romantic at the same time.
It's also got a little bit of whimsical stuff when nothing too intense is happening. They have a little bit of a jaunty, something
like that. Yeah. But I really, really like the placement of it as well, and especially at the end when he's leaving. He's like, "I gotta go. Will you be back someday?" Someday, and then I wish that was the last line of the movie, And then the other guy who apparently got shot in the side.
Yeah, that was my favorite.
Cheyenne. Poor dude.
That was good, and he just grabs her ass as he's leaving. One last for the road.
I really like his line where he says, "Get out of here. I don't want you to watch me die."
Yeah, that's a good line.
Like, that was awesome. And then he watches him die.
Get out of here, loser. I don't even like you anymore. Go.
I don't know. I think that, like, if I was dying, I'd be like, "No, stay. Watch.
You're gonna watch me.
Watch my soul leave.
I'm gonna shoot myself and make you two watch."
I don't know why.
The intro, I could not stop laughing at the intro when the guy's trying to get the fly off his face.
Oh my god, yeah, that was funny as hell.
They smeared a thin coat of jelly on his face, and then they released a jar of flies.
Oh, really?
And to go to him, and he's just like, why did he just slap the fly?
That's what I was thinking. Eventually he did, but like for the whole time he's like trying to blow it away. I was just like, dude, just
his arms
you
are
have a
asleep.
hand.
First draft of the script was 436 pages long.
Fuck.
I would imagine half of those were blank. Just imagine.
Just a lot of camera shot desert.
Yeah, it's in the Library of Congress and the National Film Registry from 2009.
What number is it on the?
Ooh, I don't know.
IMDb top 250.
Oh, let's see.
I'd imagine it's like in the top 100.
Let's take a guess.
I'd say 87.
I'll say 113.
I'm gonna say like 150.
I feel like it tells me right here, actually. It is. I already have it.
What is it?
It's 52.
Oh wow.
Oh, it's 50.
Oh, Tyler got that one.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Sandwiched between Django Unchained and Rear Window.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So if you like Django Unchained in Rear Window, you will love Once Upon a Time in the West.
I think there's a murder over there.
I'm in a wheelchair. My leg's broken or something. I don't know.
No, he's killing him. I love that.
I want to live.
There's a meme floating around that's his wife. It's like, honey, please fuck me. I think there's a murder over there.
Don't you recognize me?
What do I got to the moon? Anyways, any of the specific scenes in the movie you want to call out?
No, I thought Wobbles was kind of interesting.
Which one is he again? Wobbles?
Wobbles. He's the kind of fat guy who like.
Oh yeah, he gets thrown off the train.
Yeah, gets kicked out of the train, then shot in both sides, and then shoots his belt off.
Yeah, that was a
So
fun
nobody
scene.
followed you, eh? He's on the fucking roof of the train.
That's right.
Yeah, I as opposed to Joseph, I liked the scene when he slides the lantern over to him, except for when the only problem is like in theory you're revealing a person's face and then you're like it's you, but he doesn't do that because they don't know each other.
Yeah,
you know. But it was still kind of dramatic, and I was like, "What kind of building is this? There's a fucking stable inside."
I'm just gonna.
There's like a butcher's desk over there, a butcher's table, a bar, sliding lanterns. What is happening in this place? Did they build it for this?
I think so.
Yeah. He went over and sat in that dark corner for that purpose. He's like, it's all gonna work out. He's gonna throw the lantern right towards me, and it's gonna be a dramatic reveal. He just gotta change his cowboy hat to a fedora.
Yeah.
I mean, my favorite scene out of the whole movie was definitely the hanging scene.
The flashback.
Yeah, that was just.
What's intense?
Not the rape scene.
No, not the rape scene.
That's second favorite.
If that flashback wasn't in it,
Tough spot.
The flashback was probably my favorite sequence of events, and then probably my most disappointing sequence of events in this movie was when she comes back to her homestead to see her family murdered. She didn't really react in a way that I thought that.
She's like, oh.
She was just like, sitting there. She's like, "Yep, they're dead. That's them. They're dead."
sure.
Yeah, you sure?
And it's just like, lady, like you're what you see, your family's massacred, like, and you're just
Your family is dead.
She goes back there and is like,
Dude, what the fuck?
Call the sheriff.
no.
I don't know. Maybe I'm being a little dense on that because of the shock of it all. Like, she just is emotionless, but she
Wait,
didn't.
my family's dead?
I'm upset.
That's it.
It just didn't seem. There was no sense of like urgency on her part.
What's she gonna do?
Well, find her killer.
Where are they? Just instantly.
Yes.
Not grieve over her dead family.
No, she turns into the Western
She does.
Yeah.
These expectations you have on these women.
Yeah. She's not doing enough.
It's just like in Gerald's game where it's like, well, I could have gotten out of that bed, no problem.
I actually had a microphone in Tyler's house when he was watching that rape scene.
Hey,
I'm about to have the hardest boner right now.
And then he stopped and he's like,
No.
No, it's over.
It's so.
okay. But I mean, those are as far as like specific like scenes and sequence of events.
Joseph, favorite scene?
Favorite scene? I mean, I like the whole. I like the last duel.
Yeah, that's
Like
good.
that was a good.
Yeah,
That was a good duel, and I do like the intro. I do like the intro.
That's
of the
my
movie.
favorite.
I do like the tenseness of it and his character intro. But there is a part of me I'm like, like Charles Bronson as an actor, as like just the way he looks. There were parts of the movie I was like, this guy really like he's no Clint Eastwood,
No, definitely not. He doesn't have that charm.
but he still has that like.
Imposing
He's got
look.
that face
He's
of
got
like
a
of like
gruffness.
of that like just a constant squinching.
You ever seen that Jendy Tartakovsky's cartoon Primal?
Oh no.
He looks like that
yeah.
caveman.
Oh yeah. I know what he looks like. Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, you guys want to grade us or what? What are we doing?
Yeah.
What's next?
Yeah,
Joseph?
let's if we have nothing else to say, let's throw some grades on this bad boy. Once Upon a Time in the West, Pete.
I'm gonna go with the. I'm gonna go with the A. Yeah, easy. Not an A plus, not an A minus. I kind of wish it was trimmed down a little bit, but I'm very glad that I watched it. If I watched it just for the show and I'd never seen it before, I'd probably be riding high at around an A+, but to be honest, I was a little distracted making the spaghetti.
Yeah.
So that could be it. And my internet went out halfway through the movie too. So me and Joseph shared that same remorse, situation. But yeah, hey, so great movie, really good.
All right, Tyler.
Yeah, I will give it a solid B. I think there was a lot more style over substance. Wasn't the main character wasn't as charismatic as Clint Eastwood, and the story, while it just wasn't, I don't know, it just didn't grab me, but it was beautifully shot. It's a good looking movie, and there's child killing in it, and I'm always going to support children being killed on screen.
And rape.
No.
You're like that guy from Blazing Saddles where he's like, you put your rape here twice. I like rape.
Yeah, I do not. I am very, very much against that.
You're anti-rape?
I am anti-rape.
Bold stance.
That's very woke of you.
God dang it. He's doing this. I know he's doing it just to piss me off.
Okay, I'm going to get the spotlight off of me. Yeah,
this is perverted. This is creepy.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Yeah. I'm gonna go right sort of in between you guys, A- for this movie. It definitely did feel like it dragged on a little bit. The story in the middle of it, I kind of get lost on like what's happening in terms of like the overarching story. I just know that he's got a motive, but the motive isn't revealed until just way later.
Can I ask you a question?
What's that?
Do you think it's possible that the spaghetti clouded your mind?
Possibly.
Or the fact that we were watching it on an iPhone while making spaghetti.
Also
more specifically.
Possibly also that. Okay. But I usually don't listen to or watch movies with headphones on. So like I could still, I was more locked in, as they say, to the like dialogue and everything else. But yeah, visually I was like kind of like boiling pasta, warming up the pasta sauce. No, it wasn't really too much to go on making spaghetti. Anyway, but yeah, A-. Could trim out like 20 minutes, make it a little bit more, just like punch a little bit harder, move that flashback reveal up a little bit in the story, and got yourself a solid movie, Sergio. Could have been an A+.
Could have been.
But yeah, that's it. That's the last one for Spaghetti Western. April.
That's right.
And
we did it.
And after 4 weeks, the wheel comes back.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, we can actually do the music. Is it your audio on there?
I don't know. Is it?
We might have even actually taken the wheel music off.
We were not prepared.
We only had a month to prepare.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to put your music back on there?
All right, let's.
Or will it crash?
You want to risk it for the biscuit?
Let's give it a shot. Give it a shot. See what happens.
What's gonna crash? The wheel or not the wheel's gonna crash?
The board.
The board.
You're gonna find the file first, though.
Okay, we're gonna go to
sit tight, everybody.
Finder. Let's see.
A little mood music while we get the boards prepped.
Film class.
Should be. No, it's on the. It's drops 2 on the desktop.
Oh, is it on there?
Yeah. Should be segments.
Let's see.
Bottom wheel.
I'm blind.
No, it's not on there.
If I just search
Joseph Bits right here.
Joseph Bits?
Yeah.
Joseph Rage, Joseph's Back, The Quest for No Trailers.
I guess not.
I just type in Wheel Joseph. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, this keyboard. All right.
There it is.
Where should I put it? Bank 1?
Yeah.
Which one?
I don't know. Take a pick. To the whip short. The green one.
Quick Whip?
Yeah, Quick Whip. That's one. There we go. Done.
And now it's time for the wheel.
Hold on.
No, it's not. Now it's time for the wheel.
There we go.
8 slots.
Oh, sorry. I fucked it up. Time for the wheel.
You're still in transfer mode. There we go.
1 wheel. 8 slots.
Almost got it. Very
3
smooth.
hosts.
Yes.
This is the wheel of
Destiny.
All right, that's right. Spaghetti Westerns off the wheel. Joseph, what are you going to replace it with for your next month pick?
I've got a few options here, and I don't know what to pick. I don't want to like
follow your heart. That's what Tyler does.
Let's do the blaxploitation era.
Ooh, blaxploitation. Okay.
Yeah. And Black Dynamite doesn't count.
Why?
Because it's kind of a.
And we already covered on the show.
Yes,
that's true.
Without the blaxploitation era, Black Dynamite wouldn't exist.
True.
Blaxploitation. Okay. What do they call that when they merge two words together?
Conjunction?
No, it's a
conjunction. Junction. What's your function?
It's a special word that means two words mashed together.
Onomatopoeia?
No, that's when something makes a sound like zap or boom or clap.
Or
we bring the boom. Yeah. All right, so here we go. Here's what's on the wheel here. Let me get this in front of the.
We have a 1 spin limit for each person.
Yeah, so we're gonna go in rotation. So Joseph's not gonna have his pick for a while.
So the Pete, Patreon, or Tyler.
So we have horror movies with no the in the beginning.
Cut to you because you're showing this off.
Yeah, please. Horror movies with no the in the beginning from Tyler. Detective movies from Tyler.
Drop the.
Blaxploitation and IMDb top.
Bottom 50 of the IMDb top
201 to 250 from Joseph.
Yes.
And then 2 Patreon slots. And then pre-code movies from Pete and chase scenes, car chase scenes specifically.
We're only watching scenes for movies for that one.
Yeah. And these
awesome.
are movies that have predominant, like very impactful chase scenes.
Yeah.
So those are our picks. And if it lands on the Patreon, we will not know what the topic is today. We're going to reach out to the Patreon Cool Ass Yard Duties, the highest tiered members of our Patreon.
Start brewing up those topics so we can.
Yeah, and then they can do a vote. We'll figure out what it is, and then we'll all three make our picks. We'll do the Patreon pick at the end, anyways.
Yeah.
So we're gonna give this a spin. This is what we're gonna cover for the entire month of May. A lot of stakes here.
The month of May. What will we do for the month of May?
What is it gonna be?
Chase
scenes.
All right. So
chase scenes. Is this limited to just car chase scenes?
I'm gonna say car chase scenes.
Okay.
If you want to watch like streaming picks that have non-car chase scenes, foot chase scenes, horse chase scenes, jet ski chase scenes.
True Lies.
Yeah, horse and a bike, horse and a motorcycle. Good True Lies chase.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually a website that ranks movies that have jet ski chase scenes on them, and none of them are over like 50% Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh no! If your movie's got a jet ski chase scene,
clear indicator there's going to be trouble in paradise.
Yeah.
So chase scene movies are going to be the entire month of May, and for my first pick, since this is my my selection, we're going to go with Ronin.
Robert De Niro movie?
Yep. Ronin.
How'd you even come up with this topic?
I love cars. I think that the car
scenes.
I love, yeah, and I think the car chase scene is an integral part of a lot of modern action movies. And I'm kind of curious to know like where it started. At what point did a car chase even become something that was possible on film? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like a Model T chasing another Model T, I guess technically possible, but is it exciting? I don't know. Is it something that's kind of led to be comedic? You could just get out and run as fast, you know, whatever.
Yeah. Right.
So Ronin is directed by John Frankenheimer, fun name.
Frankenheimer.
Written by J.D. Zeik and David Mamet. Starring Robert De Niro, Jean Reno, and Natasha McElhone.
The entire Fast franchise is up.
It is up for grabs.
Could be on the wheel.
Yeah, maybe someone wants to do Fast 5 and they can do the chase scene with the safe sliding through the city.
Yeah,
you know, as the focal point. But the idea is when you guys pick a movie, and the Patreon members who are going to vote on our week 4 movie of this topic, pick a movie that has an iconic chase scene, or a chase scene that maybe has is very stark, is very shocking, is very impactful to the scene, and impressive. Something like that. So, or impactful to the movie and impressive.
Tenet has a good chase scene.
Tenet does have a good chase
It's
scene.
in reverse.
Yeah, things off the top of my head. Matrix Reloaded.
The entirety of Fury Road.
Fury Road's an entire good one. Bullet.
Yep.
Drive.
Drive's got a couple of them. So, I mean, I'm gonna put out Bullet is if you're don't know, maybe that's a good one that you can lean back on.
Baby Driver.
Baby Driver's a shit ton of them. So, but I'm gonna go with Ronin. And there is a number of good chase scenes in Ronin. So let me see if it's streaming anywhere.
Ronin.
I have it on 4K if you guys want to come
Gone in 60
come
seconds.
over and watch it. It's on Roku, Hoopla, Philo, Pluto, and Fubo.
If this movie Ronin is listed as #1 for greatest car chase scenes.
Is it really?
In movie history?
Oh, cool. There is. I won't say what it is, but I'll let you guys see. There's in a movie that's very practical, has almost no CG in it that I can tell. There is one shot that has some very, for me, distracting CG that's related to a car. So I'll see if you guys can figure out what it is.
All right.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna watch Ronin next week, and for the entire month of May, it's gonna be car chase scenes.
Movies with car chase scenes.
Yeah. So Patreon members, people in the chat, people in the comments, if you're watching this, after the fact, throw in the comments what movie do you like that's got a great car chase scene. Whether the movie's great or the scene itself is great or something, just throw it in the chat so we can get some ideas of what we should cover. And then next week, Joseph and Tyler, you guys will reveal what your picks are going to be for the following weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
And we'll go from there.
I'm not going to choose Drive. That's low hanging fruit, but I was just mentioning it.
Yeah.
Okay, we got it.
All right. That's it for Spaghetti Western April. Anything else you guys want to say?
You kind of gave a reflective little thing.
Okay.
Anything you learned, Tyler? Anything?
I learned that Westerns are not my cup of tea. I don't think I have the patience. As beautiful as these movies are, I don't think I have the patience to sit through another Western again.
Ever again.
Probably never again.
Really? Just spaghetti Westerns or Westerns in general?
Westerns in general.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know what it is about. It just doesn't tickle my pickle.
Why do you have to say it like that?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, I enjoyed watching these movies more than I thought that I would, because I kind of went into it thinking that like it was going to be sort of like homework, a chore to watch some of these. And once Good, Bad, Ugly and this movie, they are slow, but also Assassination of Jesse James is a really slow movie, and I love that movie.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
And that's a modern American Western. And
The Great Silence was a totally different change of pace.
Yeah, it was really bleak.
That one was awesome.
Yeah.
But a really great story, and they're all like, I see so much inspiration for movies now. But Tarantino obviously owes his whole a lot of even music wise.
Yeah,
there was a lot of musical motifs in I don't know if it was this movie or in Death Rides a Horse, that there was something I was like, I've heard this in a Tarantino movie, for sure. But yeah, and I'm really glad that we did it, and I'll definitely gonna dive deeper into more spaghetti westerns, and then branch out into some older American westerns, because I've never seen a John Wayne movie before.
Yeah, I mean, The Searchers is interesting.
Yeah.
I want to revisit Unforgiven now that I've seen more of Clint's earlier stuff in the Western genre, because when I watched it a couple years ago, it didn't quite land on me. And I know it's like the end of an era for him. It's like after all this sort of similar type of characters played, he's playing a man who's essentially murders someone in cold blood, but for a good reason, and then the fallout that comes from that. And it's a very, very it didn't feel anything like any of the movies we watched for this month.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to go back and see it again.
So your favorite out of all of them was Great Silence?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
That one's near the top for me. I mean, Death Rider Horse was really good, but also for a few dollars more.
I think for a few dollars more is my favorite.
The most entertaining, well-rounded story and just like really, really nice.
Yeah.
Really good movie. But they're all, other than Hudson River Massacre, but
they're all pretty good except for that.
They're all
shit.
They're all pretty, pretty
that
good.
One was not that great.
Yeah. But that's it.
Cool. Awesome. So thank you to our cool ass yard duties over on Patreon. The 4 of yous. Javier, Heather, Michael, Steven, and Chris. Well, no more Steven. But Javier, Michael, Javier, Heather, Michael, and Chris. There we go.
Yeah.
I don't read them off the notes ananymore because I've said it so many times. But I just screwed myself up because I changed my cadence up. So that gets a whip. But
I think the whip should stay on.
The whip stays. The long whip.
That's like, it's the new like Tyler's rambling.
Yeah.
Get in line, boy.
We'll give him one of these. The Skyrim, and if he doesn't move along fast enough, here it comes.
Get on with it.
So if you want to support us on the Patreon, you can do so at patreon.com/middleclassfilmclass, or you can just watch us on the YouTube. That's another way to support the show without having to pay a buck. We'll make Daddy Bezos or whoever the fuck owns YouTube pay us instead.
Yeah.
We are almost up to like $60. And
please, we're counting on it.
Yeah. So, but anyways, thank you for everybody who joined the chat. This is a late night stream, was not unusual for us, but we have, double digits streamers now, which generally we don't have.
Do you prefer the later streams? We got 9 concurrent viewers right now.
No, we had at one point we had 13 or 14.
Damn.
I know that doesn't sound like huge numbers to most people, but that's big for us.
I'm blowing
records away for us.
Yeah. Blowing something.
Yeah.
God damn that fucking song.
Yeah. Any Saturday night that you guys are free and you want to switch it up instead of doing a midday stream, I'm free for a night stream.
Yeah, I mean, I think we might.
It's fun. It's more fun at night too, and maybe we could throw a few belts back one night too.
It's more of like because like middle of the day, it's like I got my morning, and then like I gotta do this, and then I go home, and then I'm like, what am I gonna do with the rest of my day?
Yeah. Well, also when the sun's beaming through the window, it's less. I don't know. It feels less.
I'm missing out on
open.
the world.
Well, that too. Yeah. So, anyways, until next time. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on this late night stream. Follow us next week as we review Ronin from John Frankenheimer. First entry into our car chase scene, May.
Car Chase May.
Car Chase May. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/MCFC podcast, and send us an email, mcfcpodcast@gmail.com.
And follow us on Instagram at Middle Class Film Class.
And TikTok at Middle Class Film Class, and Twitter at Podcast MCFC.
This April's been a delight. Thanks for joining us throughout the entire time. Stick around for May. It's going to be a blast.
See you next time.
See ya.
See ya.